And we are live once again on twitch.tv/the Xisuma, playing the 7 billion humans. We've got bananas in chat from Floyd, Forgil, and Becca. Thank you so much for letting me know that we're live. And this game right here, my friends, is a programming puzzle game. It's much like the Human Resource Machine. In fact, it's made by the same people. And over Christmas, I played this a fair bit. I got all the way up to 58. I thought what we'd do in this stream is play the game anew, and then maybe later on in the stream jump over to this world and I can show you some of the cool levels that we solved. Yes, we also got the VTuber little X in the bottom left corner of the screen today. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy it. And I guess we can get into it. Now, the sound from the game is muted. Get to pick a character here. That looks just like me, apparently. There's also a lot of quirky humour in the game, as you get talked to, and there's some little cutscenes that are kind of amusing. I tend to just skip over that stuff. I think the humour in this game is pretty funny, actually. And a lot to be appreciated, but I kind of like to just get to the core of a game, which is the puzzles. So we're already on year 2, goodness me. So again, you're late, everyone is here, they're just standing, blinking, waiting for your instructions. This isn't about just you anymore, you're the boss of all these workers. They will do whatever you say, so let's see how fit this workforce is. Please just have everyone pick up their individual green data cube and drop it again. Let's see those little arms put to use. Yes, there's nothing like an early success to inspire confidence. So, this area is like the playing field. Can you see the cursor? You can, I'm just checking the stream. So yeah, this area is like the playing field, and the code that we create will run on all of these. Okay, these are our little workers. I just got an achievement. Social engineer, how did I get that? Should have already got all the, well, all the achievements so far, right? So, it says that you got to pick up their green data cube and drop it again. Now, when you pick up, you can... Oh, right, it hasn't given us the advanced functions yet, so what we'll have to do is step down, pick up, drop. And so we have written 3 lines of code. Oh my goodness me, we are coders. What you can also do is add in as many lines of code as you like to do whatever you want. So this program is successful. Look at that, stunning work. These workers are clearly experts at picking up and putting stuff down again, and also walking to the side and back. It doesn't give you an efficiency score yet, I forgot this. The opening stuff is very simple. Those extra commands I added would have changed our efficiency score. We got 15 Fine here, resubscribing for 4 months in a row. Thank you so much, 15 Fine. Appreciate your support, welcome to the stream. Surprise C says next year Xisuma will write Minecraft mods. I'm very doubtful of that. I'm very doubtful. Please tell the workers to move the entire line of data cubes down 2 tiles. Just set it right there between the plotted plants. So you know that we're gonna step down. This time we'll do it a bit different. Oh no, wait, yeah, we didn't have pickup direction, so whatever, ignore me. Then we've got to step down 2 more times. And then drop. All simple stuff, right? You can change the speed of the simulation down the bottom as well. Xisuma, do you like Doom? Says Morebrick77. Doom? What's that? Sorry, never heard of it. Doom guy? Who's that? Don't know what he looks like. I just read a book on mindfulness meditation. So important. I'll let you borrow it later. I would like to completely clear my mind and also the room. All data cubes and workers must be cleared away so I can concentrate. Workers, please pick up the data cubes next to you. And just keep walking until you exit the room through one of those convenient holes on the right side. Also, at the bottom of these infinite holes? Yes, that's a very good question to think about while meditating. You got a new command. It's not jump though, is it? It's the ability to jump to a different point in our script. So we shall step to the left. We shall pick up. And then we shall jump. back to the beginning. Now, this will cause it to try and pick up over and over again, which I'm not sure if that interferes. Yeah, you get that, but then it will continue to do the step. So this means that we achieve that with just 3 lines. Whereas what you might do, I'll show you what you might do. Yeah, so if I go back, you see we're not at the stage where it shows you efficiency. Like, you could do that, and then they just go straight in. Pretty cool. I forgot how easy these openings ones were, though. The Mace Daniels is here for 11 months saying, love to game with you, X. Thank you for being you. Appreciate it, my dude. Glad you're enjoying the game. The program, it's more like programming today. You're coding with me is what you're doing today. Let's ask all of ourselves a little question. Would you prefer an instant shrieking splattering of doom or going to a really fun office birthday party? Well, now you have a new command to help you decide. Everybody, let's all take a look to our left and take a look to our right. On one side, you'll have a nice data cube illuminating the way forward to the office party. On the other side, you have eternal doom. Use your new F command to locate which side is the data cube, and continue walking in that direction until you fail. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip over reading this now, because when you open this up, it does explain what to do here. Now, having played this game a fair bit, I will start off with this statement. Now, when I was playing earlier, I was probably doing this stuff a little more inefficiently. Also just realised, it's going to be a bit scrappy, I think. Or maybe not. No, it'll definitely be scrappy. Because we are going to say that you'll jump back here. So like you saw before, it's going to do that kind of inefficient picking up. Now, the script runs from here to here. So if this isn't true, then you're going to be down in this area. So we will repeat this. Now notice how there is an else here. That else, you can actually put the set of commands I'm using right now inside of. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on, because it's something that I found to be a little bit confusing. Anyway, so, can you see what happened there? So there's a loop here, and if the data cube was on one side, you end up in that loop. If it wasn't, you end up in the other. That's how it works. Yaga says, X, if you want to learn a programming language, try Python. The basics are as easy as this game. Yeah, you know, I am getting more and more curious about programming. My problem is that, like, you need an objective, and a game like this gives you an objective. That's what's really powerful about it. So, to learn to code Python, it's like, well, what am I going to do with that? That's what I don't know yet. Right, so we're skipping over the reading bits now. Right, and I think it's already given us a bit of code here. So as you can see, it's programmed to basically, you know, walk the whole way there. But then this bit, it decides to use the jump to go back. So when we get here, so we're just going to fix up this code rather than rewrite it. Let's then add what should we add here? I'm looking for a condition. Let's say we look diagonally downwards. Oh yeah, it wants me to do this. So you can analyze things one step at a time. When you've only got one person to focus on, it's pretty easy. But what you'll see later on with multiple people is that they run their code out of sync with one another, which is another thing you need to consider. So here's where we run into this problem. Yeah, and then we step into the void. Right, so now it should let us solve the problem. And the way we're going to do it is by saying if... I lost my train of thought now, because I had it and then it's like gone. So if that doesn't equal nothing, then keep stepping to the left. I think actually the one you want to look at is that. Because when there's actually something there, it'll skip this bit and do the rest of the code. So we've changed the parameters there. Right, it's checking below, and then it sees, oh, okay, there's a tile there, we'll continue the script. Pretty cool, right? Balthazar, thank you for 23 months. Greatly appreciated. There's some really interesting challenges later on with, like, thinking through the conditions that each one of these kind of encounters and how to manipulate them. Jay Loves You Too is here for 4 months, saying wee woo. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Thanks as always for the support, peeps. This place is a mess. Oh yeah, we decided we're not going to read these anymore. So, organize the data cubes into a nice line along the bottom row between the 2 arrows. And we also got comments where you can do this. I haven't actually ever used this once. Haven't used it at all. But it's something that you can do. So we essentially want them to act in a loop and stop that loop and run another command when they get to the bottom. So again, we can do this rather inefficiently. We want them stepping down and picking up. And we want them to do that on a loop. Now we're also going to throw in an if condition that says if below you there is a hole, then you need to drop. And we'll also, we don't have end, so then they would step into the void, funny enough. I wonder if that will penalise us. Let's see. I'm deliberately doing this, like, with as little amount of code as I wanted to. Yeah. So it doesn't like that. So we'll have to think it over again. We step down. We could step down twice. In fact, it's a case of really, if... Let's see, if where you're standing is a data cube, then pick it up. But that's all you have to do. So this thing runs over and over again, right? But then if what's below you is a hole, you need to drop, right? But then we don't want the thing to keep running, so we have to put this here and tell it to jump to the end of the script. Right? And now, can you see how on the side here they're all running individually? So if I click on them, you can see they're at different phases as they run through the code. It's cool stuff. So I got something wrong there, and I think it was just that I mislabeled that. So we'll try again. Yeah, just mislabeled it. Shouldn't it be if what's before you, says Tailbar? Yeah, I just mislabeled it. Sometimes you do that. Just accidentally click the wrong bit. Right, so morale officers, again, a funny little skit. I'm gonna pass over this. We're here to play the puzzles, not focus so much on the humour. So the goal is to kill your workers then, says Chancey. No, it's not. The goal changes per each level. So let's find out what the goal of this one is. Make a diagonal line with the data cubes. The data cube with no worker above must remain where it is. So from management, on this point on, we will provide optional size and speed challenges. Ah, this is what I wanted to show you. So for this one, I'm just going to solve it by stepping down. Then all of them would pick up. And then they would step down again. And then if, because we've now stepped here, we're in this line over this side. If you then have a data cube to the upper corner of you, you shall drop. And that's it. And then if not, you continue stepping down. So that should do it. What's interesting about this... Well, actually, I forget what I was going to say. Let's just continue. There you go. They keep walking after. We don't have the end command yet. But there you go. We did it. And it tells us that we did it with 6. So there's a way to do it in less commands. Interesting. Let's go back and then analyze what we did. I think... We can add an if for the pickup. I think it's just doing it the inefficient way. You take out... If I just slap that up there and take this out, then it's done with 5, even though it's like going to try and do that each and every time. Then that is going to change the other score. So now let's go have a look. So now we used 5, but our speed would be way slower. And I don't know if you're able to complete both of these at the same time with one solution. If so, I'm not sure exactly what it would be. No game sound, says Rubely. That's right, I've played it with the game sound muted, and I'm just going to keep it that way. Surprise T says, I've heard of standing desks, but you have an invisible desk, and keyboard and mouse are invisible too. I guess that is true. I might be able to display them, actually, I forget. Like, what is it? What one is it? I'm just looking through the settings. There is a way to display the keyboard and mouse. Oh, there it is. So now you might see a keyboard and mouse? Like a virtual one? I can't see it. Oh no, they are there, they just look terrible. I'm going to turn them off because they look so bad. Let's get back to it, shall we? Although some of you like it, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I can make it look a little better. Let me just try again. I've completely forgotten where it was now. There it is. If I go here and like... Oh, I can't change it. Oh, alright. Do you want it on or off? I don't know. Looks better than floaty hands. Yeah, it probably does look way more logical than floaty hands. We'll leave it on. So, let's go back. And now we get optional challenges. Some of these I might skip over. Some of them are super interesting. So yeah, we got to fill in the missing data lines, right? So we want to step down and pick up. Ah, it's now allowing us to pick up in a direction. So if we pick up the block in front of us, that will enable us to have a jump loop of stepping down like this. Then we just need an if statement for the drop, right? Because we know we've got to drop it. And it's pretty obvious what the if statement should be. It's just when there's a data cube to one side of you. And all of them will work with just one. What you could also do is add an and for the other side, and it wouldn't cost you any extra code lines. Like, it would treat it like it's the same statement. So that second line is unnecessary. But there you go. That should solve it. I can't remember how long I spent on these puzzles the first time. Oh yeah, I've actually made a mistake there, haven't I? It's, if there's one to the side, you also need to verify, because you're going to walk through some, right, that the bit you're on is empty. Right. And now they're doing it. They're going all the way down. And they're dropping all the cubes. And they all end up at the bottom. And our score is 5, like this one here. However, the average could be faster. I think once I've done playing the game and trying to suss out how to make things faster, I'm going to go look up all the solutions online and just see how stuff is done. Great Quake guy avatar. Thanks. Oh, what a joke. Is this game from the Human Resource Machine, guys? Yes, it is. The art style's the same. The game's very similar. I'm going to go back and replay that one. I mentioned that I had... by the way, I got a hot cup of tea here, and it's been 20 minutes into the stream, so I need to drink some. Shinny says, so you played this before? I've played it over Christmas. And I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to share it with y'all, because by watching the game, maybe some of y'all could have a go at like doing a bit of programming or playing the game yourself. Like, it makes some of the components of programming really obvious when it's distilled down into just these simple parameters, right, and puzzle solving. Little Arrow is here with cheers and biddies, saying, how goes your day so far? Thanks for asking. It's good. It's been weird the last couple of days. It's been... I feel like I've had nothing but odd little jobs to do, and they've taken up the whole day. And when you have days like that, it's like, how do I make Hermitcraft episodes again? Oh, Black Rattan in chat, comment of the day, asking, have you ever played Deadly Rooms of Death? What an OG right there. Now, Black Rattan, why did you ask that? Because last night, I remembered, oh, Deadly Rooms of Death, that's a classic. And then I thought, didn't I play that once on stream or something? And I spent a while trying to find it on my channel, and I couldn't find anything. I'm sure I played that game or talked about it at some point. Maybe I only talked about it, but that would be a really cool game to show off on these streams if I can find it again. Because I played it back in like, what, 95 or something? And apparently there's like loads and loads of those games, and they've got like tons of levels and stuff, but it's definitely one worth sharing. Water Gaming says, correct, 7.9 is almost 8. Yeah, I thought it was around 7.9 billion, yeah. Okay, so we've got to find our way to the emergency exit. First, make your way forwards. Oh, I love this one. This one was amazing, right? So, if you look at the numbers, it's basically telling you that you go in a direction. So we're going to set up a bunch of ifs. So when you're standing on a 1, you go up. When you're standing on a 2, we've got this number thing here. By the way, you know, there's quite a few things you can pick from now. I've never really paid attention, it's just occurred to me, to the something parameter. And quite often I use things in the map like a hole or a wall to help get the workers to move around. Okay, so then we have number 3, right? Oh yeah, I didn't tell it what direction to step in, so 2 would be stepping to the right? Yeah, to the right. 3 is stepping down. There we go. And then we have 4, which will be stepping to the left. Are we being raided? I believe that we are indeed being raided. Welcome all the raiders from Impulse's stream. Impulse, thank you so much for the raid. We're doing something very different over here today. We're playing a programming puzzle game where we have to find the solution using code that we're currently writing just by dragging and dropping and clicking buttons instead of typing. I saw Impulse was doing something with the create mods in his factory. That sounded kind of interesting, but I only notice what's going on Twitch when I log on to stream, basically. So sounds cool. Hope y'all enjoyed it over there, and welcome all the raiders. I'm currently starting my variety stream month, if you want to call it that. Like I'm going to be doing Stone Block one day, and then the next day I'll play like some random game or something, is at least my plan. Avi Swaswa, thank you so much for the 3 months of support. Appreciate it. So now that we got all of these if statements, we need to actually get these onto here. So this is going to be a loop. Once you enter it, you're going to keep running that over and over again. So once they reach this bit, that loop is going to start. So now we need to put some code at the top of it. And this is the thing that, like, it messed me up a little bit, and I can't remember what the thing I came up with was. But basically, you want to kind of get them out and stagger them. So we could use that something command here. We can tell them to all move forwards. I'm not sure what I did. Now, when I played this game, I was like, it was Christmas, we were sitting around talking or watching telly and stuff, so like I stopped and thought a lot in between. And I had a feeling doing that on stream might be a little more painful. Like, you gotta say something, you can't just be sat here doing nothing. So yeah, I don't particularly recall what parameters I came up with. So I think I might need 2 if statements. I really kind of want to do this with 1. If we can stagger them out of there and just get them to walk forward, but this one goes first and the other ones wait patiently. Just not sure how we do that. Let's give you an example. So let's say if there is nothing in front of you, then step forward. Now the other thing is, whenever this condition ends, we then need to get them down into this bit. So if you have... having an if statement nestled into here would probably be pretty dangerous. Let's just run it for a second. Yeah, so those 4 go forth first. Therefore, if I add an and statement that says, if someone's on your shoulder... No, I need to think about it in the inverse. Actually, this probably doesn't make much sense. I kind of want to rule it out. Like, if you've got a worker... If you don't have a worker here, then go forward. Yeah, that gets them to start walking out the way I want, I believe. Now, the question is the loop. Because... we actually want all of them to loop. And then we need them to stop doing that. Or maybe if I put the loop... Nah. If I put the loop there, it's only going to be the first one that does it, right? And then it just does it over and over again. I have forgotten how I arranged this before. Mr. Ville Maverick, thank you ever so much for the cheers and the biddies. Greatly appreciated. Line 9 needs to be fixed where you are standing. Line 9... Oh, that one now, isn't it? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for the cheers and the bits. Eventually I would have spotted it, but appreciate you pointing that out. So maybe... But we've got to jump back to here, but then we need an exit plan. So I always like to do this with as little as possible. Not really sure what the exit strategy for this one. This is where I want to go back and compare what I did before, basically. This idea here, though, might have some merit. So I want to get through a lot of levels today. So we're going to go back. We're going to select the other ID that I have, where I've played a lot more. And we're going to check out what the solution that I had was. And maybe for the one after, right? I do want to do some of these puzzles live, but I've also got a feeling that they will be somewhat tedious. So we'll go... It's actually this one, is it? Injection Site 1. No, it's not. Was it Injection Site 2? Did I actually never complete... Wait, what level was it? Emergency Escapades? Aha, right. So I've got code over here. It looks like I've got a couple of different attempts. Ah, look, I put the code after here because I realized that once it runs through all of those, also it doesn't need that else statement, so I can make this whole thing like one less, but I'm not going to mess with it. So what I realized is that they don't actually do anything when those are first. And then I don't know why it's looking for a data cube there. That almost looks like an error, because surely you want to go straight onto this one. Let's watch it in action. Right, so they all then line themselves up, so they can come out a little better. Interesting. I think that's a complete error, that bit there, right? Oh no, it's so you don't run this code. Right, so that avoids it. Ah, okay. Got it. Let's try and do that with a little less. So we've got 16 lines there, and then this one is 16 as well. So I came up with two solutions for 16 lines. Barbaric Duck 297, thank you for the Prime, and Curls of Doom, thanks for gifting a sub to Impulse. Appreciate you doing that. We also got Lewis Spacebun here for 2 months. Thought I'd continue the gifted sub I got. Love the streams. Thank you, my dude. Glad you enjoy them. Chancey RN also subscribing. Appreciate your tremendous support, peeps, as always. Amil Bolia says, doesn't seem very efficient. Well, we'll see what the game says about that. So we've got a little bit of code here. And we're just gonna scrap that for now, right? What we've realised is that they don't actually do anything at this point. So once they've run through those conditions, let's then put an if statement that says, what was it gonna be? It was gonna be if I should have looked at it first. No. That direction. If that direction is not a worker, then step forward. Ooh, just jumped out a bunch of stuff there. So that's 11. Could that surely do it? I'm probably forgetting something rather important, because they don't do anything yet. They run through all of those. And then they start to move out, and that one gets to go there. Now, ooh, so this is still a problem, right? I could, we could add a condition. The problem is it's going to run for it every single time, really. So I could add something that says if there's a hole there. That probably won't work. Now they probably won't, yeah, I don't know. This is one of those moments where I really need to think things through. And we did it with 16. James Drew, thank you for resubscribing for 69 months. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. I know what to do. I think. We need something that cancels this out. So let's put in another if statement and nestle this one inside of that. Right, so now we're up to 12. So we're going to say if that equals is not a data cube, then you can run this. Or can I add that into here, actually? I think I can add that into there. So, and where you're standing is not a data cube. Yeah, no, I can put it inside that same statement. So we'll drop it here, drag that across, and this might now work with 11 commands. Give it a bit of speed. The way they come out, though, like, they don't push each other off. I think we got it. In 11 commands. That's cool. That's cool. Can you maybe make it so only the top line runs when they are on green space? I think they have to run through the if functions no matter what. So I don't think we can add anything to speed it up currently. I could be mistaken. That's why I want to go back and, like, when I played the game through, start seeing some of the best solutions and trying to, like, learn the game a bit deeper that way. So if we have a look here, I mean, we haven't done it in 9 or fewer, and look at that. So I must be missing something here. The fact that they... How do you do it with less? Because surely you need every single one of these, right? Unless you... Like, I did think, like, you've got else, right? But the problem is, you're saying... I don't know, like, even if you use the opposite of that, you're still using another 2 lines of code. Right, chat, what do you reckon? Use else instead of the last if. Use else. Where, oh, right. Wait, you mean there? That adds an extra line of code. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I mean, to get it down to 9, essentially, is to jump from here to... Wait a minute. If I add... Does it loop automatically? No. You do need the loop. So, like, here's the 9 that it says you can do it in. So can I like... What if in the step left, we add the... How would that work? Can I somehow nestle in extra conditions? You can add an or, so we could say that is not a worker. But then when I put an additional and, I'm not sure if it means... Okay, wait. Or this and that. I think if you read it linear from top to bottom, we're saying this condition or this and that, which would be the center not being a data cube, allows you to step to the left. Alright, I'm going to be impressed if that works. Oh my god, I think it does. Oh, that's great! That's great. That one... Oh, I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed. I'm no longer chuffed! So, I'm not sure what the logic here is then, but I will just basically wing it. Yeah, okay, so maybe putting these in a different order helps, right? So, what if we say... Yeah, okay. bottom left is... Got to remember that equals 4, right? Is not a worker. And that. And then or down here. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting the way the logic stitches together, though. I don't know what order it runs in my head. So far, so good. Then here is the... So that worked. So this one, it's like that and that, or this. So when it was the other way around, when it was or and then and, I'm not sure quite what it was doing. Little Trasher, thank you for the cheers and biddies. We got Tree here as well for 68 months. Goodness me. Enjoying your derpage of Boolean algebra. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I'm loving this, even though I've already played it. This is so interesting to me. X, did you go see The Matrix today? I did not, Becca. I don't know when I'm going to go see it. I might just go see it by myself. But I do want to see it at some point. You can remove the worker condition, says Addis. No, the worker condition is there to line them up better because... So I guess I didn't really show the problem. Also, look at that. The average speed could be better. Now that I really don't know how to address. Because it says 25 seconds. I really don't know what you would do to make it run quicker than that. It checks in the order of statements, says Yaga. Yeah, again, I know that it runs through in order, but like when it's this and that, or this thing, I understand it. The first two are glued together. When it was or and the other one, it's like, in my head, it would be the first one or this and that. But it didn't work when these two were and. Anyway, the reason we have the worker here, if I don't really want to trash it, so let's say, like I want to temporarily disable it. Oh yeah, you got this copy and paste function down here. It'll put it on a text clipboard, so you can actually paste it outside of the game. You can paste solutions from one room to the next as well, which is cool. So if I go ahead and trash that, what will happen is they'll all move forwards. So when I played this before, that was giving me a problem that isn't occurring again. They were pushing each other off into the void. Maybe I misunderstood what was actually happening. Very curious. I had this issue where because they weren't, yeah, like it was like, I don't know what it was actually, but yeah, I had this issue where they would get pushed as I thought into the void, which is why I did it differently that time. Anyway, that doesn't change the efficiency or anything here. Let's continue to the elevator. If you're on 4 and there is a blank space above you, you could move up. Let's go check that out. Wait. I think I know what you're getting at. Let's have a little look. Are we suggesting that... I see. Not there. If there is... Oh my goodness me. So if there is... That's interesting. So in order to get them around here, we kind of need to keep conditions the same. But if they... Like, look at these 3 4s. I don't know... We don't have to use number 2. We could take out number 2. This is interesting. So if we take out number 2, we can change number 2 to something else. Therefore, I'm going to go put it all the way at the bottom. So we're just focusing on that. If this is 4, now we said with a space above it, the problem is there's 1 there. So we need like an alternate condition. Something that's shared. And then we also need to make that condition make you take the left turn. Here. So we've already got the left turn built in. This means that it'd actually have to appear before that number 4. So we're saying if you're on number 4, but we're going to add extra conditions. Now this one here has a void there. That one there has a void here. Or a space diagonal. I'm not quite sure how you'd define it and it not appear anywhere else. Any thoughts? If 4 left and 4 and right and empty floor above. If left and right and empty floor above. Wait a minute. 4 makes you walk to the left. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought they were walking that way. You can cut across the small bridge in the beginning, too. Could I? I don't want to deal with that, because some of them are going to walk straight to the one above. If it's a 4 with no hole under it, and floor above it. Well, I can do this one, because I can say, if there's a wall below you, and empty space above, then you can go up, but then the next condition is different. Maybe what I need is... I could use that something. No, I don't think the something one would work. If 4 and the thing below is a wall, so we can cut off a little bit of the time here. I mean, let's just run that, and we should see it. We should see them... Oh no, I think it needs an extra condition. It needs, and the one above you is... nothing. Like, empty tile. Then you step up. So, missed that little change. Right, but then what they do... So do I do it with more commands? Because when they're there, then they go back to the first bit. So do I add a second step? Because then we're using 10 commands. We might get it faster, but then we're using 10 commands. Detect wall below 4, then jump to another section of that code. That would still add an extra one of these, wouldn't it? And then it messes up at 2. Oh, because we were gonna jump both bits instead of just do the one. Right, that's why we're using... I'm not sure if doing this will actually... Like, I'm not sure how we find the conditions that say skip those 2 bits and go in, right? But if right is not void and left is not 1... Oh, interesting, Hazza. If right... So if to the right-hand side of you is not void... Interesting way of looking at it. And... Wait, where did that one go? And left is not 1, and player is at 4. Go up. Left is not 1. Well, not... Not 1 because of that bit? I think is what you're saying. So if there was a 1 there, it would invalidate this. So we're going to go there. Doesn't use it there. It might use it on that tile though. However, left isn't 1. I'm kind of losing you there. Let's keep going. And player is at 4. Go up. Now player is at 4. Not sure what you mean by that. Let's run it. I think it might trip up here. Yeah, it trips up. Yeah, let's leave it. It's going to be hard to solve that by through chat. But very interesting. I might come back and look at that again and have a think. Large Funny Banks, thank you for 28 months with the Prime, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream we're doing here today. Let's move on to a new challenge. Lots of people sharing solutions. I appreciate that. It's a little hard to like read them and translate them into what's on the screen. If the block you're on is 4 or block below is 4, then move up. Not sure if that one would have worked. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. See, yeah, look, a bunch of notes here. Move the leftmost data cube 1 tile up. Move the next data cube 1 tile down. So, if there's nothing to the left of you... Right, they start off by picking up. I'm going to get rid of these notes. They're just in the way. If there's... Alright, it says wall. But let's say if there's not a worker... How am I going to get this to alternate? Because we can tell it to go up. Step up and drop. What if it's that? I've got a feeling it might not be, because it might skip over. Almost. What did I do? Oh, I thought I added a drop there. Apparently I didn't. Right, then they might do some funniness after that, yeah. And that kind of worked. Target, 7, 8 commands. I'm pretty sure we've done that the best we can. Unless you can do it easier than this, right? Why jump? Says Mahelvins. So it won't... It needs to jump because not all the conditions are met until one before it is moved. That's why they do it one by one. Because it keeps rotating. If you look at the things here... Right, the conditions aren't initially met, so they have to kind of rotate like that. And there's nothing, I think there's nothing else that distinguishes that they're, like, for example, are you standing next to two people? All the ones from like here to there are, so there's nothing else significant where we can immediately identify them, so we have to move them out of position in order to identify where they are, right? That's how it works. Jump equals look or loop? Loop, yeah. You loop back around in code. Cool. Let's do another one. Another one. Another. Dope. Shredders! Right, we're going to shred things. This game will just continuously add more and more interesting stuff, right? So we've got this command give to, where we can give to a shredder. So... Step. Well, actually, you can just pick up, right? Pick up that. Give to. Oh yeah, you can't actually locate the shredder directly yet, so... Is it 2 steps down or 1? Okay, one of them doesn't have a data cube. Not sure if that's going to be important or not. Yeah, then it jumps itself in. Ha! I don't know if you like get bonus points for not having it jump in. Again, the target is lower here. Not sure exactly what you do for that. Sometimes you can't allow them to jump in the shredder, which is important. Just Timmy Toe, thanks for tuning in. I mean, if the game looks interesting, maybe stick around. See if it's for you. Zed Count says, doesn't each person run the code once? If so, no need for the loop. I think you're missing the point. They do run it once, therefore they need to loop back in order to run it again, because it requires the one to the left of it to have moved in order for it to know to move. I mean, we could see that in action a minute ago, so... Trust me. Trust me. See, you can tell a work is at end now, so it's given us a new thing. So obviously we're going to need to step up, and if there is a data cube, we want to pick it up. Now, when I did this before, I made it so they go all the way to the top and then they go back down again. That's what I remember. What I might be able to do is something a little different. So we're going to need some sort of loop to make them step up. So maybe what we'll do is when they find a data cube, they will... Maybe we can put the entire sequence in here and put end at the bottom. Let's think about that. Right? So they're going to go... Actually, no, that doesn't work. We need that loop. Unless we use the inverse of this. See, you can use this else statement, and I always find it like really odd to know when to use it. Because when you finish running this if, you jump over the else. But yeah, we'll just find a solution here. So if you walk up and you get on top of a data cube, you need to pick it up, and you can't seek the thing yet. No, maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. So you're gonna pick it up. Actually, not sure how to do this. Let's start again. I think I want to start again and have a little think. Liger, thanks for gifting a sub to Xander2082. Appreciate you doing that, my dude. Thanks for all the gifted subs, as always. Let's start again. We want to walk to the top, right? Pick up data cubes on our way, come back down and give it to the shredder, essentially. So, the bit with the shredder is like, if there is a shredder, then give to that shredder, and then you've got to jump back to the top where you're walking up. So if we have an if statement here that says if you're holding a data cube. No, wait. Is there that isn't saying if you're holding a data cube. I thought there was something for that. Can they pick up multiple cubes, says Talismancer? They cannot, unfortunately. Well, we know it's got to pick up if it finds a data cube. That's for sure. So if we look at that like it's the first loop that goes over and over again, you pick it on your way up to the top. Now, when you reach the top, that's when you want to go to the bottom. So we're going to like have a bunch of jump commands, and the logic here could probably be better. I just can't clearly see it. So let's say if the top is a wall, then you are going to jump to the next loop. Which is down here. So then you're going to step all the way back until you find the shredder, right? So all the way back, then you give to the shredder, and the shredder tells you to jump way to the top. So I think that works, but it looks just a little bit ugly, and I'm not sure if the logic could be much smarter than that. Yeah, they're already holding something, so already it's a bit on the slow side. They go down, they put it in. There isn't an end situation here, though. But luckily for us that works. You can do it in 9, you see. And this is quite slow. So clearly, that wasn't the most efficient it could be. Richard's Pop says this is programming. Yes, it is, basically. While loop to step up, if you find data cube, pick up, do another while loop until you hit a shredder. Yeah, that's kind of what I've done there. Jump to moving down after pickup. Let's try using some different logic then. So we're going to step up, and then if data cube, we pick it up. But then we'll jump to the next thing. So we're going to have a couple of jumps here. Right, so that's a loop. You pick it up, come down here to step down. And then there's that if statement again. Of like shredder. Give to shredder. Now the only thing here is we need another loop. We need 2 loops again, right? So we need to run through that step, and then when you've done that, go up here. Oh. Now that's using 9 lines of code. How many did we do a minute ago? 11. Oh, that's actually less. I must have missed something there, surely. So, and it's more efficient. If this works, I'm impressed. No, look. I missed something. I missed one command, which was give to. There's still one less. So that's kind of cool. Right. Not bad. Not bad. So let's go back. Let's copy that. I just wonder if we reordered some of this stuff, if it might work a little better. Because there's a lot of jumping about. Like, there's 2 that go all the way back to the beginning. Is that necessary if this is in a different order? Like, what happens when I put... If I put this up here, it becomes kind of pointless. I'm not really sure. Not really sure if I see a way to do it any better, actually. That being said, this jump here, I'm going to remove it. Right, because if I put that one on else, it's only when it doesn't pick something up that it... Okay, that might be it. Yes! That's a good use of the else. Now, it still means that I've got 10 commands, but it might run slightly faster. Interesting. Yeah. That's what I said earlier, right? Whenever I use the else, it doesn't quite do what I want it to do, if that makes sense. There's also the possibility of nestling more of this inside of there, but I'm not really sure if that changes the need for the loop or anything like that. There might be some other form of logic here. Move the second loop inside of the if. Ah, okay, so if you do pick something up, you need to step down, right? Then, is that necessary? And then put that there? Or do we need the else at that point? I guess once you pick something up, you step down, and this loop needs to continuously step down. Oh wow, I think we got it. So you step up over and over again because of the loop, but if there's a data cube, you pick it up, you step downwards, and then that will need to then be here, I think. Or it could stay in the else. If it doesn't, we might have a problem. We might need the else. So it's going to jump back there, step 2, give 2. Yeah, I think if I put it after the else, it means when you do give it to it, bypasses the jump and goes all the way back to the top. Dang, yo, that's better than I've done at all. Wow. Down to 9 lines. Still not the fastest, but that's really cool, right? That's really cool. Cool. Ah. If first doesn't equal data cube, move forward. Well, we can kind of tell it. We don't need that statement because it's move forward, and then it says if there's a data cube, do this other thing. Right, so the worker on the right isn't doing what it's supposed to. It dies, and then the other 2 die as well. I remember solving this one with like a really small change, I think, but I don't know if I'll remember that. I'm gonna absolutely blitzed into this game. Right, so I'm gonna get rid of the notes just because I'm not a note taker. Oh yeah. So it lets you click on a worker to see what they're doing, run it through step by step, right? We can figure out what's going on by looking at the code, I think. So we've got this if statement saying that if there's a wall, if there isn't a wall, step down. What if we say if there isn't nothing? Because a wall and a void is something. Well, maybe not. Nothing is empty, isn't it? Sorry, something. Yeah. So it depends on if these are both considered something. Right, and then so are data cubes, funny enough. So if we put that on the else, would it pick it up? Which adds an extra line of code. No, it wouldn't, unless you told it to pick up that that way, right? Still, I don't think it's the best way to do it. Yeah. Let's go back to that. So what we could also just do is say wall and void. Or sorry, or is not the void, a hole. So then it can run the next part of the sequence where it picks up. And then we're on to the last bit. So if it's a shredder, so you can kind of put that there, I think. So step to the right. If a shredder, give to there, and then that means that they shouldn't die. Okay, so the or statement here. They're supposed to be equals, I think. No. I think they cancel each other out. It's like you want like not and or something. I'm not sure what you need there actually. Maybe that's good enough. And works there, okay. Guess you got two negatives. So it is like a NAND? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Becca, thank you for gifting a sub to 1 ZCBZ1. Appreciate you doing that. Thanks as always for supporting our community. Do you consider yourself a VTuber X, says Gojira the Green? Not really. I mean, there's just an avatar on the screen. Make of it what you like. So let's skip all of this. You got printers. They will print random data cubes each time you use them. Everyone go try out new printers. So like, is that it? Whoops. I forgot. There's a joke level there. The fact that it's called content creators made me wonder if there's like a bit of a joke there, a meta joke or something. What we got over here? Uniquely disposed. Right, let's get to the instructions. Shred all data cubes. Remember, each shredder may only be used once. Anyone who tries to reuse a shredder will be violently destroyed. So if we pick up what's to the left of us, then everyone's holding a data cube. However, if they're all on the left and then they go down... Got some ideas. Got to think about the conditions here. I think it will be better to have them step into that space and pick up what they're on. VTubers roleplay their characters typically, while X was always the Doom guy, says Surprise T. I've always been the Doom guy, right? I think we're going to need like an if statement. Actually, what happens? They can only be used once, so I think they're going to stay there. I can't remember how I did this one, so... I'm kind of picturing it like when you walk down. Let's step them down by one. And then say... I'm going to add the shredder bit now. If that equals a shredder, you need to give to it and then stop, right? So that's always going to leave the one right in front. So then if you're behind it... Yeah, okay, so if like there is a worker in front of you, then move diagonally. Now this is the sort of thing, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Kind of feels like it might. Oh man. Oh! Round of applause! Please! I did the puzzle with my brain. That was alright, wasn't it? That was alright. Now, here's the thing though, was it good? 7. Oh, we used 9. Oh, not too fast. It's that bit at the beginning. So, let's go back. Now, I'm thinking, this statement here... I mean, we could do like an else and step down, but... that's just the same as having the one there. I could... say step diagonal, pick up that direction, then you don't need that. So I can make it one better. Now after, you definitely need the end condition, unless you can just let your workers die. funny enough. So let's try it and see if we can let the workers die. Because now they're just going to jump in. Did this one say you can only use each shredder once? Does it count if a worker goes in? Because I made my code more efficient that way. Apparently that's acceptable. So there you go, we got it down to 7. Is that good, or what? Am I a programmer now? Jeez. Right, what's this? Again, we're going to click through the script. Each worker must print fresh data cubes and immediately shred them and repeat forever. You got the take from command now. So, we've got to repeat forever, right? Part of me thinks what we need to do is queue it up so that we step to that side so that we can take from a diagonal, which I know moves them over by 1, and give to that, and then just do that forever, I think. That will run forever. Yeah? Alright, so we did that with 4. Surely it ain't doable any easier than that. Yeah, 4, there you go. We must have got the ultimate solution there, because it's the same. Let's continue onwards. Sea Turtle says acceptable losses. Is that in regards to that previous thing? Yeah. Surprise T says, you're a programmer, Harry. Harry, you're a programmer. I can't do that Hagrid voice, sadly. This stream is sponsored by Tab9, says El Maniman. I don't know what Tab9 is, but it is not a sponsored stream. All workers must hold a data cube of value 50 or bigger. Pro tip for management, you can now use your if command to query the thing you're holding. Yes, that's cool. Okay, so we kind of want them to... Let's start off with, like, if there is space in front of you... if there is nothing, then step forward, step right up. Then we want another one that says, I guess... do we need an if? Probably. Might want to change that, actually. Because we want that alternating thing again. So, like, if this equals... This is so gonna... I can't remember how I did this. This is so gonna mess me up. I think I know what to do to fix it now, actually. No, sorry, not the shredder, the printer. I think we want to say not only, like... So, you're going to step that way. Then the next one will step there. I think I might also need to tell it that. Oh, no, wait, I can't and. You've got to do an and. This might not work, though. So anyway, you step diagonally over, and then if that there is a printer, take from the printer. And then give to this thing. Now, if the thing that you pick up is equal or above 50, can I type in 50? I've always wondered and never bothered to find out. No, it appears that pressing numbers on the keypad don't work. Oh, I can scroll? Wait, what? Click and scroll. Oh, right, like that. Hold it down to scroll up. So then if your item is 50, then we want to get you out of there, basically. This will probably conflict, but we'll see. And the other thing is, if you've given it to there, just want to put you back here, I think. I don't know if that'll work. There's probably something I haven't thought of. So that one got a 50 and went straight to the top. Well, that's cool. And it's still trying to go up. So the problem is this logic with like the stepping to that side there. So the first one will do it because there's nothing here and there. But that's what's immediately the same. Oh wait, I think I know what the problem is. There's no like jump to go back to the very beginning. So you need that so that the other ones are in the game. Oh, maybe I did actually do it all correctly then. Nah, look, they stepped over. That's the other thing. So maybe what we actually want is that everyone steps over, right? And then if you're part of this condition, you step down. Which I don't think that first one will do. So it's only when this one leaves that then the others will take that step down. Now, I'm not seeing the 50 thing happen here. What's going on there? We're taking from the printer, but we're not accepting this result. Why is that? What is going on here? Right, we haven't got one that's better than 50 yet. Here we go. 2 of them are better. So, right, take from. Now, if I am... Oh, it's equals. Right, we got one that had 50 that walked all the way to the top. I forgot to do that. I think it's that one. Soon find out. Yep, there you go. That's a brilliant little script right there. I don't know if it can be made any better than that. That's pretty cool. Let's see what the score is. I think at this point we'll save the optimizations for particular levels, like 8 on that one. I'm not even sure how that's done. Oh, someone's pointed out that it should actually have an equals because the number is 50. Yeah. So if you pick up 50 as well, that would do it. Maybe a quick little glance for optimization here. Like, can the jump here, can this be a little bit better? That's really just to make you walk away once you've got it. I mean, I could click ends. I'm not sure if I put ends there that they would, like, get pushed out of the way or something. Nah, they just stand there. So we kind of need the jump and tell them to walk away, right? Chat, any ideas? Ella Manon says, I never optimized my code. Took longer to find the same marks. I think the strategy of optimizing is really good because you're dealing with logic. And you'll pick up certain little logical skills, like learning how to use these ands and ors over here might then enable you to have a command that works in multiple situations or whatever, right? There's always like a way of streamlining everything that's going on. And that's what you want to discover. Like, this first step might not be necessary, but I don't know how this works. If you don't start on the left, you have to tell it to sort of move over in order to return to the correct position each time. Oh, time for ignoring chat, X, says 4Gil. I'm not ignoring chat, I'm having a conversation with you. Instead of having them walk to the top, you could have them pass the data cubes upwards. That's an interesting idea, but would it be more optimal? Not sure that it would. Let's move on. Let's move on, because that's a whole other kettle of fish. I do really want to get through as much of this game in today's stream as I can. And we've been blitzing through, and I think we'll keep blitzing through. I think Opus Magnum would just be X's cup of tea. That's a game, and I think, if I remember correctly, it looks so complicated that I was kind of like, oh, it's too much for me, but maybe I could give it a go. All workers must pick up the data cubes directly in front of them. Only the worker or workers with the highest data cube may remain. Other workers must dive with their cubes into a disposable hole. Yeah, I remember how I did this one, I think. So, what's this, by the way? You can compare things to a neighbour using the if statement. So obviously they've all got to pick up what's down there. Right, no need to walk down because that will be the end script. I think what I did... Let's just run it for a second. I want to visualise that. Because what I did... I remember doing one where they shuffle back and forth among each other. See, the thing here is... the one with the highest must remain. So if I, like, walk them across from one side to the other... how would I do that? I can't remember how I did this one. Chat, I'll let you... because I've already done it, I'll let you... oh, we're learning sorting algorithms now. That's another thing I thought. You come across, like you have to get them to, like large amounts of them to move around a room at some point, and I'm like, this is probably stuff programmers have figured out, and there's, like, a book on how to do stuff efficiently. Check if the person to the left is bigger. If so, go down. Right. But that will... okay, yeah. So, if you know someone near you is bigger, then you're heading straight out. But then you're going to have holes, right? Let's do this by adding in some things. So, if the person to the left of you... how do you do this again? If my item... like, there's no direction with that. Oh, wait. If direction is less than my item, then step down. So let's run that. Okay, I got it the wrong way around. I always do. I can never teach myself what way around those symbols are. It just doesn't work for me. Now the issue here is that if we could get them all to walk in a direction after that. So, yeah, now we need to say, like, after you've done that comparison, then maybe, like, step to the right and go back to the beginning. But now we're not getting any comparisons. Did I miss something there? We're only comparing, like, if or the person on the right has something bigger than your item. Maybe that's the way it should work. Oh. Oh, that did it. That did it. That's cool. I like that. I don't know how I did it before. It'd be nice if I could switch back and see a little easier. So 6... yeah, very good score. Right, that was number 22. Let's go see how I did it before. A little bit of comparison here and there is kind of fun. It's a bit of a shame it takes not a crazy amount of time, but it's like slow to get back round to your other one. Let's go look at 22. So Number Royale. I do not think I did this anywhere near as good. Oh, look at that. What's this about? What's going on here? So I got that bit correct, but then there's all this if equals wall, and what's that? I don't even know what that is. It looks like I added a lot of unnecessary steps in there. But essentially, same outcome, right? Fascinating. Fascinating stuff. Curls of Doom says XT reminder. Sorry, at 1 hour and 20 minutes, who would drink a cup of tea that's been cold for well over an hour? Goodness me. You trying to troll me? Trying to get me to sip that cold tea, are you? I don't know what your plan is. I'm going to drink some water. Ah, this one. This one was great. Right, so let's have a look. What do we got to do? Arrange the data cubes in order from smallest on the left to biggest on the right. Yeah, this one messed me up for ages. And I really, again, can't remember the solution. I think it involved having them step down and step back up in or something. So let's like add an if statement. Let's start with some just obvious ideas. Like, comparisons to my item. Again, I'm just going to have to... Yeah, do that. I shouldn't move one off the edge. Right, they went the wrong way. Does that mean I want to do that and swap direct? No, wait. So now, wait, we're moving... Let me just see that again. Still going the wrong way. Oh, maybe the first time we went the right way and I just misunderstood. So what stops me from doing that? Interesting. I think... Maybe if I use the else here, I don't know, I think it's like they get locked out because they're like running their own commands. So like when you step to the side, they're not actually doing anything. I don't know how you would combat that really. Read the tip from management. Tip from management. If two workers are both trying to walk to the other one's tile, they will swap positions. I'm pretty sure it works because the other one isn't trying to do something. What if I use the else command? I'm sure the logic here is wrong because we got ones that stand on the edge. But maybe we can make an exception for that. That being said, you can't really. Huh. So the one at the end's always going to like walk out a step is the issue. How do we stop it from walking out a step? Like we can't really add anything to the else. Or if I flip it? Let's see what happens now. So now if I flip it... Wait, the one at the... I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure what to do here. And if there's a person, says Mahelvand. Interesting. But still that doesn't count for the else. Right? So... I mean, maybe... That stops the one at... No, it doesn't stop the one at the end moving because of the else. Right? That's the issue with checking that it's a worker. Is that it will stop this one from going that way. So maybe we just use two of these statements. That's then going to throw them out of sync. So we can't then, like, flip the script for having the other one move. Unless they would be in sync. I'm not sure if they would or not. Also, I'm not sure if I need to flip that. I think I do. So do they run parallel? They don't, and therefore we don't get... we're getting some sort of movement. Ooh. Maybe that's it. That is definitely better than what I've done before, I can tell you that. Oh, that's nice. There's a little bit of a problem over the right-hand side here, though. So everything lined up to this bit. Like, why can't you go there? Because that one... So this one, can't move, probably because there's a worker on its side. Oh, apparently the second one needs to be with an equals sign? Really? Just that? Let's speed this thing up. It's still not moving off of there. I don't think that's it. Is that about a move? No, it's not. So what's going on here? The equals worker condition can be removed. Yeah, in this case, let me think. Because we're saying step left, so you would never step to the right. Here we're saying step... Wait. I see what you're getting at now. It does seem a bit odd. Are they necessary? Wait, did that literally do it that quick? I don't know why we added that now. Oh, I had to emergency mute there. I think what we were doing before is we had if on the left, move to the right, right? So this would have been flipped. But then if it's like, if you're doing an if on the left, and the idea is to move to the left, well, if there's nothing there, you can't move to the left. So I think because I had them flipped, that was the issue. So that's interesting, because that's actually quite an easy solution in a way. But when I first approached it, I just didn't use the right logic, both now and when I played it previously. And that, you know, sort of tripped it up. This one's cool. So you're going to create conveyor belts now. Print and shred at least 50 data cubes, no walking allowed. Right. So I've got an idea immediately, which I wouldn't have done before, which is to say, if this equals... Oh, no, I can't do this. I was going to use both give to and take from in the same if, but if you give to shredder with an empty hand, it'll eat you. So I don't think we can nest both of those. So we need two if statements for shredder, or we'll start with the printer, and the second one can be the shredder. So you'd have a take from and a give to. That's pretty good. If you're one of those standing there, you do that. When you take from, you then give to the right. However, if we put that here, you would end up doing that anyway. And this is before that. So, is it me or is that it? Is it that simple? Speed it up a bit. Yeah, they don't have anything to give. Oh, we lost a brave soul on the end. Okay, so... And you're holding... Wait, I sort of want to say you're holding an item. Oh, maybe that works. No, so... Direction equals my item? A data cube? Okay, if my item equals a data cube, I think that might be the one. Yeah, then it'll do it. So it's kind of slow because they got all these like little error messages. And I can solve that with another if statement. Or I could use an else, which I wouldn't really be too keen on. So there you go. Right, so slow here, but one less command, right? So let's go back, and that means that we can add an if statement saying if my item even is a data cube, then you give to the right. And now it's super efficient. Ish. There's still the occasional messages popping up. Science Boy 482, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it ever so much. Like the username, loving the science. God, isn't science wonderful? We do like that science. We'll skip over the optional. Let's go to this new blue. We're introducing memory into the game now. It will remember things for you. Diagonal give, says Yaga. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Let's go back a level. Yes, optimizations can be made. So, now, that being said, actually, the way I've set it up, I guess you would make it so it's like, if that equals that, But then the take from and that one, I don't think you can really do a give, like a diagonal on that. If you'd use the diagonal here, you'll just swap positions. So now, we skip the person at the end. Did I... I think... What went wrong there, actually? Tries to swap position. So, no with the diagonals. It doesn't let it swap position for some reason. Never mind. Maybe there was another way to optimize that, but whatever. Oh, actually, yeah, there was. There was. Hang on, this is worth showing. So, if you are to use the diagonal... no, maybe it isn't. I was going to say, the give to the right, because we don't have an additional give to here, you could have said, if there's void below you, give to the right. Nah, that wouldn't do it either. Oh, whatever. Curd Roasters, have you tried Turing Complete? I looked it up last night, and honestly, like, some of these programming games, they just look like they get too complex. And, you know, this is like on my level, and when I look at a game like that, I feel like it's 10 levels above me. I could be mistaken, but, like, that's what puts me off from a game like that. So, I looked at it, and I thought, I really don't, that really just looks too much for me. Especially with all the logic gates, like, I struggle with those. Shred all the data cubes. You got a new command. Nearest. It finds the nearest thing of a particular type and stores that in one of your 4 convenient memory slots. You can always access or walk to it later. So we are now creating a piece of memory. When we click on one of these, you'll see, or you should see, here you go. It's got like a memory status now. So they got, yeah, they got that. So what we can also do on memory 2 is tell it where the nearest shredder is, so then it will pick up and it will give to memory 2, and we just create a loop. So if we bring this back here, it will look for the nearest data cube after it's shredded. So they all go out, they pick up a data cube each, and then they go shred it. Pretty cool, right? They do get a bit clogged up. Don't know if there's a way to optimize that, but as they have to walk further, that kind of... That guy's not stuck. Okay, I thought you might be stuck. Yeah, as they go out further, it gets a little bit more optimal. But how cool is that? That's code that we writ right there. We writ that code. We wrote it. Curd Roast says, that's fair, I've played it and I get that, it's not for everyone. Does that mean it is more difficult, right? I mean, some games can look complex and turn out to be simple. You could argue this is pretty simple because it's quite... There's a lot of like linear thinking most of the time. Now, if you are not a coder, you can play this game, says Mira Vina. Yes, it can also be like a step into coding, right? Okay. So it's kind of like the same thing as last time, right? Except this time... So this time you only need to run it once, really. So data cube, shredder, pick up, memory 1, give to memory 1. Let's change that to 2. And that's kind of it, I think. I didn't know you could see the arrows. Oh my god. Not seen those pop up before. I'm going to mute and drink. Right, hopefully that helps. Let's continue on through these levels. Notice how when you get to like a new level, it introduces you to something and the levels are kind of quick. Yeah, okay, so each worker is assigned their own shredder. Now, the nearest is literally the nearest, so let's do that. Then we obviously got to go Do another nearest for the memory. Sorry, the data cube. Then we go pick up that data cube. This is pretty much the same as one of the other ones we just did, with a slightly different order, I think. Okay, I've done a thing again, haven't I? So only the data cube memory can reset, and they all use their own personal little shredder. So pretty darn efficient. It kind of feels like the same thing as the challenge we did a minute ago. And they all shred themselves at the ends as blackjack. Oh dear. Oh dear. Fill the floor time. What we got here? You got an email? Oh, I remember this. Well, obviously I remember all of them. It's just some of the levels have a bit more of a memory than the others. Fill the floor with data cubes. Tip from management, you can select multiple directions inside the step command. Your workers will randomly select one of them to step towards. So I love this level. This is why it's stuck in my head, because you can solve it rather cheekily. So, although can you say like the nearest empty... You can't say like the nearest empty floor bit, which is interesting. We need them to remember where the shredder is. And then we need to create a loop where they pick up from, the printer. That's memory 1. So we're going to go pick it up, and then they need to drop it, right? So we're going to go add a little if statement here. Actually, this might not work quite how I want it to. I've got to think a little bit. Might need an additional thing, because we need to make a condition, which is that if there isn't a data cube where you're standing, or sorry, if there is a data cube where you're standing, we're going to get you to step in a random direction. So they'll pick a random direction now. Now I think we can leave the drop there. The only problem is it's going to go pick up again. But if you're holding something, I don't know if it doesn't do that. Take from was what we needed, not pick up. Hilarious. I'm holding something already. So this bit needs to be my item. Ah, look at that. So we can actually get a little bit cheeky there and keep that in the loop. Right, so I love this because it just uses random. It just gets them randomly moving about. It does look, though... Is it working? I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. It looks like they pick one up that's, like, just on the ground every now and then. And, oh yeah, you have to fill the floor. Yes, this is why I remember this one so well. So, like, eventually, one of them will come down here, right, in theory. I think I did this one with more specific code before, so that take from thing wasn't always... I wonder if you could put it on the else bit to make it quicker. I don't want to do that now because we're trying to complete the thing. You literally have to wait until one wanders into this space. Do you have a furthest command? I don't think we do. Can you do nearest floor? Unfortunately not. Oh, come on! Come on, buddy! We believe in you! Dang it! Oh, we got another one! So close! One to go! One to go! Come on now, peeps! Oh, edge of your seat stuff. Oh! Oh, there, finally. Got all the noises. Right. We did that with 6. Now look at this, though. Right? The average is so high. And that one seemed to have taken too long. So let us get away with that. What I think we might be able to do... Oh, right. Actually, it doesn't let you get away with that. I think you can put else there. Right, and then that I think just stops the error messages a little bit more, maybe? Which might run the whole thing a little quicker. Now, one of the things I experimented at some point was not having all the directions on step, but I don't think it was actually this level. Anyway, is it me, or is this unfolding a little bit quicker this time? Epic Puppy says, the coder in me is like, bruh. Well, if you have some sort of insight you'd like to share. What does everyone think about the solution then? Is there a way to do it where we don't do random? Walk to left, bottom, or bottom left if the bottom left space does not contain a data cube. Do this for multiple directions, they'll fill up the outside first. Yeah, I'm aware you could probably do a patterned way of moving like that, but then you have to add lots more ifs. So this is me doing it with the smallest amount. So this is where I'm not sure if like they want both the optional and speed to be combined, essentially. That was definitely better. Because you could then do away with the size challenge and go for speed. On a level like that, that would be really interesting, because then using some code to move them around the floor would be quite interesting. I think I might do that a little bit. Let's see. I'm not really... copy and paste is easy. Just preserve what you've done. Who knows? Right, so... what are we going to say then? We'll put the take from... put it there just to make the whole thing a little bit different. I don't know. So you go left. Actually, now my brain's a bit foggy. It's like, hang on, what? Actually, I don't want to do it. I think I haven't done something like that yet, so it will require me to really like sit down and think it all through, and it'll probably take like an hour. Like, I'm doing all these levels way quicker than I did them the first time because like I had a lot of time to sit and think about how to do them, and now the solutions just come back a little quicker. Fill the floor with a checkerboard pattern if it has already been started for you. So this is very similar. So we have to remember where the printer is. And obviously we're going to go take from the printer. But we're going to be standing here. So we kind of need to like step to the side. And then if... let's see. If... So if where we're standing equals is not a data, no, equals a data cube going a random direction, otherwise drop. But we'll add a jump in 2 spots here, there and there. That being said, if I put the jump here like that, and I put the rest of this in else, so it's like drop then go take a new one, because it'll run that. So that's an easier way to use less jump. Then we just step in a random direction, but we've got to be on that grid, so we've always got to move like this. Yeah. Let's give that a try. Yeah, nothing to drop. That's fine, but then you'll take. So the first time they'll get like an error, but after that the looping is really efficient. Because when the if statement is met, it jumps back and runs it immediately again. And now they're all randomly moving on that diagonal grid. It's very nice. 2 more to go. They're having a hard time getting down in this space. There we go. 1 more. Got it. So 8 commands, but a pretty good score there using randomization. I'm not sure what one of those you would take out. Oh, maybe the step? So you would start off by doing the diagonal step. But then it's when you go to the take from that you need to then... No, so you definitely need that. I'm not sure. And maybe you can... If you're not standing on a data cube, doesn't that invert this? Because then stop would be here, and all of this would be on the other side of else. And then else would be removed. Yeah, I think that did it. So that's the same with one less. Interesting, right? Again, that use of the else command, it always seems to be that you can like negate it by switching something around. So I always find that one curious. There you go. That's how you do it with 7 commands. Let's continue onwards. Anna Bombanana, welcome to the stream. No, everyone's saying goodbye to you. I just see your name a gazillion times in chat. Well, welcome and goodbye. Next level. Creative riffing. I think. Oh, this one I remember messing me up a little bit. Make all data cubes say 99. I think I used a lot of ifs, but I've had a little bit of an idea. Can you really use nearest here? Like nearest data cube. See, the thing is, it'll pick the first one, but you can't tell it, like, what's the nearest data cube that doesn't have a 0, I don't think. I don't think it'll then reset and pick, like, another nearest, so... I think you need a bunch of, like, if statements here. So, like, if the one in front of you is a data cube, then step to it. Pick it up. This is where we're gonna like replicate a lot of commands though. Right to it and drop it down. But if the thing in front of you isn't a data cube, they'll all start with that, so they'll all move down, they'll do that. Then down. If you're standing here, there's only one to the right. If you're standing there, there's only one to the left. So I can make 3 if statements, but then I have to sequence this 3 times over. Can you do it if nearest? I don't think so, because you can't tell it like what's the nearest one with 0. So how do I get it to loop just... I can use a bunch of jump commands. I'm just wondering if there's something a little else. If down, left, right, or diagonal equals a data cube. Yeah, but then like, how do you know which direction to step in to pick it up? Nearest data cube, says Yaga. But the nearest one will be the one that you're standing on, right? Unless you can... If it prioritizes... I think, logically, you prioritize straight over diagonal. So what if the nearest is, like, nestled in? So it's more like, you know, step down to get going. If you're standing on a data cube, then pick it up, write 99 and drop it, and then when you're picking it up, that's when you want to look for the nearest... but then again, like, what's stopping it from, like, doing the one that you just put down? So we'll jump from here back to there. I'm pretty sure this is going to be pants. Right, I think they've literally identified the nearest data cube as the one they're holding. So, should we rule that out? I don't think that's helpful. I don't think this works. I don't think we're using nearest here. Also, you can get, like... Sometimes you can get tips over here. We got Daisy Music here for 10 months. Welcome to the stream, Daisy. We're doing something very different today. We're programming. Programming puzzles. But thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll get to catch another stream soon as well. They didn't go to the nearest data cube, says Algale. Well... wait, yes. No. Maybe I missed something. So I have to tell it to go to the nearest. Yeah, I did actually miss something. So, wait a minute. You can't step... No, you can step to the nearest. Okay. So, for the first one it works, but from here, what's stopping it from going behind? Right? I don't think you can tell it not to pick one that's 99. If nearest data cube... Oh! But that would have to be there, right? That's interesting. Wait, no, how on earth would this work? How would that work? Because... right. You have to update the memory. But you have to step to the memory. So we pick it up, we write it. It won't... I think I almost get what you're saying. It's like... The thing is, the if statement is going to, like, if there's a data cube 99 or whatever, it doesn't really apply to this thing here, picking up the nearest data cube, does it? So some of you are suggesting some stuff a little bit more complicated now. Huh. I really like the idea of finding the way to do this without... So, how about I just solve it, like, inelegantly, let's say. So, like, we get rid of this. We're going to do the pick up, right, and drop down the bottom here, I think. So, it's going to be like, if... Yeah, so you're going to step down. First of all, we step down, then we've got the if for the data cube, and then we need another if to run after. Actually, I'm really not sure how to do this in the easy way either. Enderdan says step to the nearest one that is not 99. We've just been over this, you can't do that. After you write the cube, move 2 up, drop 2 down, and then to the nearest. That way, the written ones will always be the nearest. Move up 2, drop, move down 2. No, I don't think it will, because you can't distinguish what the nearest data cube's number is, so you're not really going to be able to, you know, use it. Let's change this up a little bit. So let's say, let's try it like that. So if you've got a data cube there, you step down. If you've got a data cube in this direction, you go in that direction. Now, I could also, you see, what I could also do here is say, but if not, go to the right. However, that just uses another if statement. Now, we do need to pay attention to something here, actually. Right, we step down. This is always first. That's what we need to pay attention to. Then it's right or left, not diagonal. So if right, go right. If left, step left, right? Data cube on all of these. I've just thought of something interesting, possibly. So, like, is there another condition that would get them to skip all of this? So if you walk down and you're standing on a data cube that equals 0, don't do the next ones, possibly. So, like, and the data cube that you're standing on doesn't equal 0? Like, would that cancel it out or something? Actually, what I want to do is just put that as that. And the data cube that you're standing on doesn't equal 0. This would potentially stop me using some big loops to keep going back round, right? Now, the one there moved to the left. Pick up is the wrong way around. Pick up, right, drop. Let's go over that again. So step down, and then if there's a data cube on the left, on the right, but yours doesn't equal 0, then you can't step to the right. I'm not sure if we need an OR there. I think you might need an OR. Like you're cancelling it out. I think that might be why one step to the side. No, so it's still step to the... They all step to the side. So the OR statement is not correct. So it worked for the first one, but like, why did it step to the left? Let's think through the logic here. If there is a data cube to the left... Oh, wait, that's because I just misclicked that. Hey! There you go! There you go! Not bad. Not bad, eh? So we did that with 10 where it wanted 6. I am not sure what you would do to get 6. Possibly... Ugh, what are we talking about removing? 4 commands? There's got to be something clever going on there. Okay, Luensky has provided an interesting one. If... Okay, memory 1's not there, so... If memory 1 equals 99... step to memory 1... Pick up... Write 99... then jump. Now, the way you've put that in chat makes me wonder if you've copied and pasted it out of the game. Luensky, let me know if you did or not, because it's got the commas in like the game code does. Is that really it? Like... Okay, possibly missed one command there, drop. And might be better to have that just at the back. Or maybe not. So, we're going to read it again. If memory 1 less than 99, step to memory 1, pick up, write 99, drop and jump. Luensky, let us know. Does that work for you? Did you copy that from the game? Because this don't work. Because the nearest data cube is the nearest regardless of the if statement. Have to update the memory. The memory gets updated each time. No, I did not check. That was a suggestion. Okay, got ya. Right, so you can't do it that way because you can't compare what's in the memory, basically. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a looky-loo. What's going on here? I'll click for all of this. Click for all of this. Each worker is a cube on both sides. The bigger number is corrupt. Overwrite this bigger number with the value of the smaller number. And place them both back on the floor where they started. You got a new command. Set works similar to nearest, but you can use it to remember things on specific tiles. Do I remember how to do this one? So, cube on both sides, the bigger number is corrupt. So the new command set direction. So we can make memory 1 and memory 2. Which actually, I think you only need to remember 1, right? Because then it's like, if the thing on the right is... I don't know which way around these things are every time. The memory 1... then you want to pick up memory 1, and then you want to write. So then you would want it to tell the one on the other side. So maybe actually, maybe you do use 2 memories, because then you can just, rather than have to gather what the one on the other side is, because I don't think you can use a direction here. So memory 2 will be the one on that side. You would then write memory 2. And then drop it. I don't know, let's see. So I think I might need to swap that. Let's see what happened again. So it should write 90. What do they want us to do? That's sort of what I've done. Is it not? Looks at both, compares... Oh, it doesn't do it on every floor. Right, I get it. So what I also need to do is the opposite direction. Then I would do the opposite, right? So the drop can go all the way down here because it's the same for both. So it's like pick up memory 2 and write memory 1. Yeah? Got it. So that was 9 commands, and there's probably a way... Yeah, there's a way to do it with 8. I'm good with that. Let's continue on. Sweet Melody MC, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming by. Peeps, if you're enjoying it, be sure to hit the follow button, although this is a one-off today, but it's our variety month. We'll be doing more one-offs on different games. I'm going to switch to sitting now. So my avatar is telling you a lie. Maybe I need a sit button for my avatar, right? The Pesky Bird says this is so fun to watch. Oh, I'm glad you think so. Glad you think so. I find it very fun to play and to stream. It's been fun to stream it. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he hasn't pressed the dirt button yet. This game is all about making mistakes and then figuring out how to correct them. Shred the smallest data cube in the column. Interesting. Well, here's the thing. We've got to set this value first, so I don't know if this will work. If this thing equals a data cube, then set this direction value, right? But what's the smallest? I don't know if that's the right symbol or not. Okay, then we're doing that in a loop. So if I've set it up right, we're walking up, and then is this data cube, you know, less than the thing? If so, set it. Then we need another if statement, which is like, if we reach a wall, then what we want to do is look for the nearest shredder and then give to that nearest shredder, and then we're done. So yeah, they're not doing anything here. Is it because of that symbol? It's probably not. It's probably because you don't start off with anything in memory 1. So I'm not sure what to do here. Any suggestions from chat? I don't remember how I did it before, but like, I could put a bunch of steps so they walk to the first one. Forgot to pick up. I don't think I need to pick up anything, because I'm setting it from the direction, not from my item. So if where we're standing equals a data cube, set memory 1. I mean, if I just put equals, right, they'll actually do it. I think. If I click on it, yeah, look, memory 1 is there. And now memory 1 becomes 40. Yeah. So the thing is, it doesn't do it if we try and give it a smaller value or whatever, right? Because it's starting off with nothing. Pick and compare the block you are holding to the next block and take the lowest block on. Oh, I've totally missed that bit as well, haven't I? Good point. Oh, so what I probably actually want to do is pick up, if there's a data cube, pick it up, set it to memory 1. But maybe I want another if statement in here. So like, the only thing is, then it might not... My item is... Again, I don't know what symbol I'm using, and I don't know if it'll allow you to compare to nothing. Then it will set it. I'm pretty sure it's the other way around, that symbol. Because we're looking for the smaller number. So then you've got to drop it, right? and then rinse and repeat. So then you also need to go pick up memory 1. Alright, let's see what they do. So... Oh, keep going. So there's no... Let's try it that way around. There was no setting of the memory because it's empty again is the problem. There's nothing to compare it to. Yeah, it just says nothing. It didn't do before, so... Huh. I'll tell you what, if I add... I think I'm done with trying to make this code like nice and efficient now. But like, if I say... Oh no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. It's like you need something different from the comparison for the first one that you pick up. Again, I could just sort of be lazy. I'm trying to find a way to be more efficient here. Like if memory 1 equals, you know, 0 or nothing. I don't know which one of those I can use. Then do the memory 1. Oh, wait a minute. There's a point. I had that set up incorrectly that whole time. Let's get rid of that. That was not set to my item as it should have been. Ah, see, now it did that. And then it didn't pick up the next one, but now it will change that one. Now we're looking for the smallest. So now, they go all the way to the top, and they pick out the smallest number. All your workers have died. Okay, we need an end here then, basically. Do that again. Right, so when they get to the top, which is here, if... Then they're going to... If there's a wall at the top, they're going to pick up memory 1. Which they should do. Then they're going to go give to the nearest shredder. Why does that not happen? They should go pick up and do that. What am I missing? Memory 1 is 0. I think it's because they set it to 0. Wait, in between when there's an empty tile, perhaps? It works then when it's greater than, because it thinks it's like 0. So when you go that way round, it's okay with it. It's okay with giving you the highest number. So we'll do that. And can I do like set my item or like set 0? Or maybe set 99? Yeah, that seemed to do it. So again, not efficient in terms of the amount of code. 9. You know, I try to do these efficiently, but it's not working. It starts with 0, so nothing is lower than 0, says Balm. Yep. Cool, right, I think at this point here we're gonna switch over to my other save now, so I can walk you from, because it's slowing down, the pace is slowing down, right? And that's because it requires more thinking time. So from 34 to 58 years, let's go check out 34, or 35 even, I'm not sure. So you'll see my solutions now. How many levels are there? It's not far above 54, although I don't know if when you scroll up it like hides the next set. But yeah. Oh, well, here's my solution. 12 I did it in, and then the first time I did it in 13. So that's the level that we just did. How did I do it here? So I started with the memory 99. And then we got... I think this could be tidied up a little bit. If the thing below you is that, then set that. So there's no pick up command here. And then if you're at a wall, if you're not at a wall, keep going here. So really, yeah, I think this is even better. So you kind of want that in the loop. Let's say that's the loop. Right, you kind of want to set off a different sequence of events here. So all of that works. You keep going up. But if there's a wall, that's where you want to then... If memory 1... I don't know what I was doing there, but like, pick up memory 1. And then nearest shredder, give to nearest shredder, end. Let's make that memory 2. And then the end. And is that less than what we just did a minute ago? I think that's less. 10. Not 9, but 10. So yeah, we just optimized. 35, into the calculate art for the majors. So we're going to blitz through some levels here. Just add 1 to each data cube and set it back down on the ground again. So pick up, you got the calculator command now that allows you to do calculations. So my item plus 1 equals memory 1, and then you write memory 1 and you drop it. Not bad. X is having an intensive course on programming, says Skyfire. So it seems so. This right here looks a little bit more complicated. Add up the contents of each row and write the results to the cubes on the right side. So they're all going to walk to the right. However, if there is void to the left, then they should step diagonally up and diagonally down. But as you can see, if there's another piece of void, then they should take an additional step in that way. Something there might be optimizable. And then we've got this calculator command again, which to me says one optimization might be no one walks straight into one of these. Let's think about it. So it will have a data cube in front of it. And you're doing that every step. So if this is going to be here, and you step, yeah, your last step brings you into the thing. It has to be before it. So the reason there's that there is because when you complete this, you step away again. So that is kind of necessary unless you put the step forward here. So you check what's on you, then you move forward. Now again, you would miss it. So I think it's essential to have 2 of those. Then if you reach the wall, you pick up and write, and then that's the end of the script. I don't know. It looks to me like there might be a room for an optimization here or there, but this is how the thing works. And that would suggest that yes, we are using 1 too many. Kind of not sure what the extra thing is here. Any ideas in chat? This is basically simulating assembler language, but for this game, says Hytron. Yeah. That's kind of what it's doing. Remove drop. Well, you need to put it back down on the ground, maybe. I'll remove it, but I don't think it'll work. Yeah, you have to drop it. So I don't know. Good practice for integrated dynamics in stone blocks, says Benbro. Have we done that, integrated dynamics, yet? Don't know if we have done that. Printing etiquette is the next one. We need to increase our awareness of printing. Each worker must print exactly 5 data cubes and place them anywhere on the floor and really think about the impact of each one. So we look for the printer, we take from the printer, then I've got like... Yeah, so this was me messing around with that randomness again. So initially I think I coloured in all of those so they would go in any direction, right? And then I tried to make it work faster, and because they only need to drop 5, you can essentially give them this, and I'm pretty sure most of the time they will all drop 5. Yeah. I don't know if it ever fails. There might be a possibility of it failing, but... You know, there you go. Number 40. So go to the solution from your previous assignment and paste it here, which I already done. Once again, the worker must print exactly 5 data cubes. So this time the worker must label their cubes 1 through 5 in any order you like. So down here, not sure what the logic is there. If equals nothing. I would have thought it'd be what you're holding, but memory 2 is memory 2 plus 1. Oh, so that's before you drop it. Right, so when you randomly step to a empty tile, you do this little calculation, then you drop it. And then if memory 2 ever equals 5, you end the program. So now it's the same thing again, except, as you can see, they're putting down the tiles and they're numbered. So what would it be now? Imagine decryptor. Let's see what this is. Is this the image one? This is the image. I loved this one. Move each data cube to the left, the number of the tiles listed on each cube. For example, if a cube says 3, it must move 3 tiles to the left. So we start off by picking up all the ones that we have. In fact, it's 1 worker for each thing. So you pick it up, you step over to that side, 1 more. Which I think was part of the calculation, which makes me wonder... There's a way to optimize that. But yeah. So then you've got like... You set the memory of the item. And then you step over again and you take away 1 here at a time. And then you go into this loop. So you keep doing that. But if you get down to 0, you drop. And then I'm not really sure what that is. Oh, that gets rid of them all after, right? So... Yeah, here you can see them doing all their little calculations. And then when they get to 1... Actually, no, it's keeping the same number on the cube. It's in their memory. So if I click on this one, you can see it's in their memory that they're counting down. So this one's got a few more blocks to move. And it makes this little emote right here. Or like graphic of a person. How cool is that? Derp Cryptor, says Skyfighter. Well, I didn't derp on that one because I completed it. Yeah. I think some of these levels are already like optimized a fair bit. That one though, 10 and 8, and apparently you can do it faster. I think the optimization has something to do with these steps. Well, that one seems necessary, but maybe not this one. Oh, I think I know how. So if I get rid of that step and I change the number here up by 1, right? And then maybe I can remove that step and change it to 2. Interesting. Okay, that didn't work. That totally didn't work. I don't know why. Let's try removing that step. That also broke it. Oh, whatever. I don't get it. I don't get it. And now it's fixed. Huh. That is peculiar. I thought, like, we're counting the amount of steps they take in that direction. Like, taking out the first one, it only ever goes across once. So you pick up, set that, step across again, do this little calculation. That is bizarre to me. Surely that can be that, and that can go. Why would that not work? Oh, maybe I... Okay, no, these ones over here end up, like, in the wrong spot. Wow, the whole thing's messed up. Oh, I think I know why. It's because some of them already had 1 to begin with, right? So they needed to do that base calculation anyway. They needed to move that extra 1. Yeah. There's a reason why they're there. Never mind. Never mind. Let's have a look at the next one. What we got here? Data cubes 0 to 9 must be sent to the shredder labeled 0. Data cubes 10 to 19 to 1, 20 to 22. If I remember correctly, there was one like this or something similar that just... Oh my god, I don't even want to figure this one out now. This right here is important if I remember correctly. When you divide by 10, it like rounds up correctly, is what I remember a takeaway from doing this. But what was the goal again? You got to... Wow, I got no idea what's going on. Oh look, we've got a little sorting system down here where they try and find the right thing. How does that work? So this is like a reset here to go all the way to the top. Then they obviously pick something up and bring it down and then find... This is the finding bit of the code. Not quite. It's comparing it to the one it's standing on. And it jumps back on itself so that you go all the way to one side and then you probably continue going in the other direction. This one looks like one that could be probably optimized a fair bit. Let's now finish the process. It feels like using nearest data cube here would have been smarter than using going to the top, that's for sure. Yeah, that definitely feels like a slow point. So 2218 and a slow speed there. Alright, so for a little bit of optimization, let's copy. And then paste. And I'm not sure, where do we start here? What was it? This bit here, step all the way up to a wall, right? So when you successfully do that, you then go back to the beginning. And the first thing you do is find a nearest data cube. Oh, it's because you got these ones right here. That's the issue. So I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but you could just step up twice, which would put you away from the ones at the bottom and stop you walking all the way to the top. But I don't know if that actually gave... Oh no, it won't work, because then at some point the nearest one is going to be the one down here. Yeah, so that breaks it. That's why you walk all the way to the top. Interesting. Interesting stuff. So hilarious, this game. Right, what's this one? Unique fashion party. Each worker must pick up their cube and go to one party room, but only one of each cube. I remember solving this one being a particular challenge. Yeah, so you only have one of each cube type in. So they pick up, everyone moves down when they pick up. Then, if what's below you is a hole, is not a hole, step downwards and step to the right, and then go back and do that over again. But if it is then a hole, if you're here, you'll then drop down to this part. So if there's nothing above you, step up. And then if there's the first person steps up, right? So then everyone else after will go to this one. And it's like, if what's above equals your item, step out into the void. If not, take a step to the right. So you're going to see that play out now, okay? You can see where they are in the code on the right. So this is the bit the first person's going to step up. Second person can go across if they're not equals and step up. And so 3 here will be the first one to jump down as it compares itself to the one above. And 5 will jump down as well, right? And this is how you get them to have one of each data cube in the room. It's so cool. Y'all enjoying this? because I'll keep running through and showing you all the solutions if you like. I don't know if this one could be done faster in any way, but certainly a cool one. So 12 when they said 11, slightly slower. Maybe there was a little efficiency in there I could have optimized. Compulsory office romance. This will be a introduction to a new thing, which is tell and listen. Right, so listen means you stop running your program, if I remember correctly. So you just get them to talk to each other over and over again, and that's it. Let's actually skip past this one, because these are very basic. I have no idea what's happening, but it's fun to watch, says Violet Firecat. Yeah, I imagine it'd be pretty tricky if you don't get what's going on this side. Let's skip this one as well. Let's get into where it's like a bit more practical to see what they're doing. Multi-threading, says Ilmanaman. Kind of. Well, each one of these is its own thread, I think is the way to look at it. Community Training Day. Command the instructor to print a cube and shred it. Once their important demonstration is complete, they should listen. They should tell, the students who are listening very carefully that they may go ahead and do the same thing. So, let's get rid of that. If you've got a wall above you, you're the commander, the one at the top. Go ahead and take from the shredder, step to the side, step down again, give it to the shredder, and tell everyone that they can go. But everyone else will have listened, so then everyone else jumps in and does the same sequence, right? Because notice how it jumps you into the if statement. Not sure if this can be optimized, but this is a pretty straightforward one. So they're all waiting until this one tells it. It does end with like looping back around again, but then it gives you a complete. So yeah, it reckons you can do that with 6. I think I'm going to pass on the optimizations at the moment, unless it seems... Was that 48? I think that was 48. Unless it seems rather obvious what to do. There's some cool puzzles coming up though. Double-sided destruction. First shred the data cube on the left, then on the right. So everyone picks up. Everyone remembers where the nearest shredder is. If there is a worker on your left, then you shout... Then you listen. If there's a worker on your right, you listen. So that means all the ones in the middle? No, they wait. No, let's watch this one in action. I'm not sure if I can understand it. That's curious. Oh, this is the last thing I worked on optimizing it, right? So this is what I originally... Now you can see why I worked on optimizing it. So if there's nothing on your left, then jump down to here so you can do give to and tell everyone else. Because... yeah, basically, like, you listen if you're not one of these ifs. It kind of looks to me like there's maybe one too many listens there, but it works. Because they're all paused. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's why there's 2 lots of listens, right? You can literally just look at this and kind of understand what's going on. So everyone waits, and then it, like, picks out the next person because they're on the edge. That's why we got the 2 nothing statements. Yeah. I'm going to guess that there's a way to do that that's optimal, because I already tried to do that. 7, you see. That's why I tried to think of another way to do it. I am definitely going to come back and play these ones if I have time, and try and get all those little green lights lit up. Alright. Cubicle. Communication. Each worker must print and shred 5 documents, but we have to be quiet. No 2 shredders may run at the same time. So what's going on here? We set the memory of the bottom left there. I think that's like to anchor you or something. Then we add memory 2 plus 1. Okay, this is part of a loop. Right, no two shredders may run... Oh, I remember now. Look, the data cubes are called 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reason we set it as a memory is so that we have a number. Then we add 1 to that number. And then there's some sort of calculation here. Yeah. So they're all going to hold like a number. it's... Oh, I don't know how to describe it. I don't quite know how to describe it. But, like, they start with different numbers because of the data cube that's down here. So this one has to add 1, right? And then it slowly ticks up until it's its turn. So when its memory, which it's set down there, is the same as that number, then it can shred. Now, because of that, because they all add 4 and then they set to 0 down here, it means we're sort of creating a cycle of 4, and only when it matches its number does it then shred. So that way they all shred one by one, which is what it wants you to do. And I did that with 9 where it recommended 12, so and more efficient, so I beat the game there. I remember, I think it was that level. There was one level where I got a lower score and I thought, did the people that made the puzzle never suss out how to do it that way, right? Which is entirely possible. I imagine they play tested it a lot. Thanks for the GGs. Yeah, and so there it was like, oh, maybe I did like better than anyone else did. Maybe I figured out a way they didn't see. That's cool. Each of the 100 numbers between 0 and 99 must be represented somewhere on the floor. Their order on this location does not matter. So I talked about like having hours to play this game where I'd like, you know, for example, like I went to bed and I just thought about the puzzle, and when I got up in the morning I was like, I know how to do this now. Like, lots of thinking time is good. So this one, let's just play it because it's really cool. Look at this. I had to optimize this several times as well. So the idea is that you get the first one going out and adding all of these up by 1, which is why I think there's this little step here. If what's next to you isn't a data cube, step 1 left, jump. There's something quirky at the beginning. I just forget. This is lining them up, I believe. Yeah, they're all in alignment. But then it's the one who's at the top that has to go first. This is the end sequence. This is the one that goes first. And it's kind of repeated for everyone else. So there may be a way to optimize this. Anyway, steps out, picks it up, adds 1, writes it, drops it down. Then tells everyone else they can go because everyone else is down here listening. Anyway, if you get all the way over to the very end, like where the wall is, you'll hit this. That statement appears twice because it's kind of been duplicated. So all the workers will then do like the one above. However, they'll only do it when there's a gap above them. So this creates this staggering effect. And the staggering effect is really important because the one above needs to have been written in order for the one below to add 10 to the number above. So the one at the top has its separate loop where it adds 1. And then the ones all below have this loop where they add 10. It's pretty cool. Eventually that last one gets all the way across and then you've done it. Let's check out the score. I forgot what it was for this one. 16 where I used 24. So that one had me head scratching a bit. I'm like, dang, they found a much easier way to do that. Now I'm going to guess it's probably some way with like optimizing the write and the drop parts. I don't know. Like if you can change the logic around and get the write and pick up bit sort of running on a loop with 2 if statements before it that separate the +1 and the +10s, then yeah, there's probably a way to do that. That's one I'd like to come back and suss out at a later point in time. So then you get introduced to another concept with data flowers. This one is really, like, I've been struggling to suss this out, but it's called for each directory. And the idea is that it will walk into a space and it will analyze all the things around it one by one. And some of the behavior with that is a bit quirky. It seems to always start in the upper left and go clockwise. So yeah, everyone's going to pick up what's below them. They're going to step up until there is a data cube below them. And once they've done that, they will pass the if statement and the jump, and they will scan everything around it. And each time they do it, this is like a loop, a little internal loop. So for memory 2, we take what we've already got, which is memory 2, and we add whatever memory 1 is, and then we write that to memory 2. Meaning, when it loops again for the second one, it's going to... You can also do that. You can actually like exclude some from being counted. So yeah, it adds them all up, and then when it's done, you just drop, and that's the end of the script. So they're all going to walk up with the loop to the middle. Then they are going to do this like process of scanning each side and then adding them one by one. So it just added 6, now it's going to add 4. This one here will then add 5, and then 8, etc, etc. So it adds them all, and then it drops them down in the middle, and that's the end of the puzzle. So 8 commands, which is pretty cool. But not this bit down here, which you have to get both the lights, right? So that was level 55. Yeah, haven't got both the lights. This one I did though, so let's check it out. The devs coded a game about coding and made code to interpret your code, says Skyfighter. That is a very true statement. That is a true statement. So local Maximus, pick up and shred the largest data cube in each group. So we step into the middle, which requires 2 commands. Don't know if that can be optimized. We scan around, putting them onto memory 1. And if memory 2 is smaller than memory 1, then you set it, or something like that. And anyway, when you're done, you then go pick up that bit of memory and then send it over to the shredder. So they run through that. It ran through it really quickly that time. Probably because it was 2 if statements and there wasn't a lot of like actionable statements in the middle. Yeah, and we got both the things for that, so that's cool. Right, Nightly Sweeper, I believe, is the one that I skipped. Yeah, this one really had me stumped. So I thought it'd be fun to try and do this together, or maybe a new one, I'm not sure. Let me show you why I got stumped. Okay. How many neighbors does each data cube have? Make each data cube display the total number of cubes in the 8 tiles surrounding it. Tip from management, be careful if your if command sees data cubes only if they are on the floor. If you try to query a tile that contains a worker who is holding a data cube up in the air, your if command will report the tile as not having a cube. So like, this just throws several little headaches my way. I started off though by creating a sequence where they all go along and they add 1 to every single tile. The reason is because there's a random 81, which I think like is there to mess you up. So I decided let's give them all the same number. Then when one of them gets back, we start doing the sequence. And this is where it just all goes. I mean, this is just painful stuff right here. Whatever it was I was trying to do, it weren't working. You know, I've got to get them to scan what's around them and then add it to the data cube. I mean, maybe I've had the wrong approach somewhere here. Because I add like 1 each time, but I think it adds the number, whereas I just wanted it to count. And then they like step off in a direction. I don't even know how I'd want to try that one again. I really don't. So maybe we'll come back to that. Let's now go look at Good Neighbors, which I was actually able to pass. Oh, and I loved my solution for this one. This one I thought was brilliant. So rearrange the data cubes, however you like, as long as no data cubes has more than 3 neighbors. Now initially I looked at that and I thought, oh, this is going to be so difficult. I thought I had to use the for each directory, and then the numbers on the cubes gave me an idea. 3s and 5s, if the 8s weren't there, because they're representing how many like adjacent data cubes there are. If the 8s weren't there, the 3s and 5s would be 1s and 2s. So, or just diagonal count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, diagonal counts. So 1, 2s and 3s. Anyway. So then I was like, well, if I take all the 8s out of the middle, then, you know, then it's solved, right? If I put them at the edge, and I remembered that randomization thing that I did earlier. So, we actually start off with an if statement for equals wall. So if ever you're standing somewhere with a wall, you have to drop what you're holding. Otherwise, just step in a random direction. And then if where you're standing is an 8, and there also isn't a wall, because one thing they would do is they would pick the ones at the wall back up. You just got to pick it up. So look at that, 6 lines of code, very cheeky, just using randomization to solve the puzzle. Right? They just randomly move, And if there's an 8, go drop it down somewhere else. It just occurred to me, it might be possible to make them drop these, like, not at the wall, and therefore maybe do it a little quicker. So it's slow, but we did it with 6 instead of 10. That's cool. Let's go copy this quickly. Oh, I've already gone through a few iterations by the looks of it. So let's scrap that one. Which one do I need here? Immediately I realized that, okay, my idea was rather than setting it to a wall, maybe we define that there should be like a certain amount of space around it, but then that might mess up this. I think it'll be fun to do it just to see what happens. So we'll go to our first solution and paste it here. So let's say rather than a wall, it's like, if there are no data cubes, let's say, how many, no more than 3, so... Oh, wait a minute. I can't select multiple. That means I'll be adding like 6, I think, each and every time. Data cube. This could go horribly wrong, but that's fine. It's just a fun little experiment. Oh, these are ors as well. Actually, I'm gonna skip that then. I feel like that's gonna get just ridiculous quickly because they need to be ands maybe. Actually, no, maybe... okay, let's give it a quick go. Let's give it a quick go. Let's set them to ands and just see what happens. So then we add one for here. What I like about this is that you can put like a lot of information into one statement. So you only get scored for one line, but you can put a lot of... Oh, that'll do. So they're doing their little random shuffle. Right, one of them's got... Yeah, so that's been dropped, but it will get picked up again. Interesting how there's sort of a bit of an arrangement appearing. Okay, I think we can do away with... maybe that. And that one. We'd be very unlucky to get 5 together. So it's just the diagonal corners. So none in the diagonal corners. Can we... We don't mind them being at the walls anymore. But I need a way to, like, define... Don't pick up an 8 that's then been put down. And I don't really know what that would look like. So I think using the wall is actually very beneficial. Yeah. The wall was probably the trick there. So we got 2 levels I haven't seen yet. So now we'll start with something from scratch, and we're at a very hard part of the game. That is for sure. Did I show the level I skipped over as well? I can't remember. One of the holes in this room is your goal. Each data cube in the floor indicates its distance measured in tiles away from the special hole. Seek out the glory hole and dive into it. That is just not making sense to me. One of the holes in this room is your goal. So there's like several little spots. And it indicates your distance. 1, 2, so like if you 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then there? Is that what it's saying? That's weird. Someone says the hole with the 1s around it. No. Well, look. 2, 1, hole. 3, 2, 1, hole. 4, 3... Oh, maybe... Okay. There's only one hole. But it says measured in tiles. So does it mean from here you go 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 there? Do you get what I'm saying? Because otherwise it's a bunch of weird if statements. I could put 12 if statements in, and I'd have to tell, I guess, maybe you start with like, you move to the nearest data cube, right? Then what number is that nearest data cube? We need statements for all the different types. And then if you're standing here, there, or there, that's like a whole bunch of different conditions. So I feel like that's a bit weird. Joshua says each cell specifies the distance of that particular cell from the goal. Yeah, so what I'm pointing out is, oh, diagonal. Now I get why chat's screaming diagonal. Because you could move along the diagonals to get to the end. Interesting. There's just so many, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be programming a ton of if statements, right? Like, if you're on the one with a value of 1, you know, how do you know to move to the void, right? That's 8 different commands to go to the void, unless I'm missing. That might have something to do with this. So that's peculiar. Oh, it's probably all to do with that command now. I forgot. I didn't really think in terms of this one. So, like, what are we saying? If, yeah, I guess if memory2 equals a whole, step to memory2. So that's the end sequence. I'm not sure you need that much code to do this, because if you say, right, so you go to your nearest data cube, that's also going to give you the value of the data cube, I believe. So you're now standing on 12 if we tell you to step to the nearest data cube, which is memory 1. So you can now compare where you're standing with an if statement. So if memory 3, which is what is like less than, I think it's that one, memory 1, then go to memory 3. Step to memory 3, I think. So you're going to scan everything around you until you find one that's lower, then you'll step to it, do the scan again. So you can only ever go to the lower tiles, leading you to the center. So I feel like maybe you don't actually need this statement here. You need a loop. You need to loop through this over and over again once you're here. However, you would need to actually reset your number in memory. You wouldn't need the step the second time you do that, which is interesting, but we'll leave it in there. Then I think you just need a secondary if statement, and actually we can probably change this to say if if memory 1 equals 1, then you want to do all of this, I think. I just removed something there. You have to scan. You do have to scan for the void. So maybe this is like as nested as it appears. Maybe it's like that. If memory 1 equals 1, then you need to scan. Right, so I'm going to jump that here. So if ever you're at 1, you do it before you do the other one. Now, I've probably made a mistake somewhere and put a different symbol, but honestly, like a minute ago before I started thinking, this looked impossible. So, my god. It's kind of working, just the one part didn't work. So, if your memory 1, your nearest data cube equals 1, scan for the void as memory 2. No, scan as memory 2. If memory 2 equals the void, move to it. That might be it. Yeah, no, 1 went in. Oh my god! I think what they're doing is they're sort of still finding other things here. Yeah, because I'm telling them to step to memory 2. If memory 2 equals a... So it scans and then step... Step is part of the if. So they should only step into memory 2 if it's a black hole. That's the weird thing. What am I missing there? Is that a correct statement? That feels odd. Let's run it through. If you've got memory 1, you're now doing the for each dir, and you're setting it as memory 2. So it should loop on that and not do anything else, but it seems to do some more. Let's go like select one. It's actually down here by the looks of it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they can get like, or maybe they're just going through all 8 of them. I think the problem might be. Your memory 2, which is the black hole searching. That's a good point. Why am I looking at memory 2? Memory 3 is 1. And memory 1 is 2 at the moment for you. I think something's wrong with this bit down here. I think first of all you want an equal symbol on that so they don't keep finding... That might be it actually. That might be it because they keep finding the same... Now look at that. It went from 1 to 2. Is that actually the wrong way around? Which would make no sense. Nah, see now they're going the opposite way. So that was the correct symbol. Oh, no, we don't want equals to. Surely we don't want equals to, because that means it can be the same. So there it went. It moved from 1 to 2. That's really bizarre. Someone says jump below line 2. So do we need... surely we need this. I'm sure we need that. Now they just move around randomly, but like some of them get drawn to the hole. Very peculiar. I've got to walk through this again. We set the memory of the nearest data cube. We step to it. If that memory equals 1, so when you've reached here, you scan for as memory 2, and if memory 2 equals a hole, you step into it. Why that doesn't work that way, I'm not sure. Otherwise, you are looking around as memory 3, and if memory 3 is smaller than memory 1, you will step to memory 3. These statements feel very correct to me. I just had a weird idea for an optimization, by the way. You can always move diagonally. So, like, why not chop that out, and over here chop that out as well? Would that allow them to... I tell you what, I think it would. It would allow them to move around the map. That's definitely helped, but like, oh, maybe not here, because 10, if you're on 10, so you kind of also need down, I think, just to get out of that little area, yeah. So this is kind of like working, but when they come around to here, I mean, I say it's working, occasionally they like step back onto, actually I think what they do is they step out of the way of another one, right? Okay, we've also got a problem with 4. 4 needs to be able to move to the left. So... and I don't think any of them ever need to move in that direction, but maybe they do? I think they do. So like, trying to make it nice and swift. Nah, maybe they do need to go that direction. What am I on about? Let's try again. Why are they stopped? It's so weird. Well, actually, I've immediately spotted why. It's because they can sort of arrive at any point around the black hole. Ooh. Now they're going in quickly. I think it has something to do with them swapping places, as opposed to actually moving back, although this looks really peculiar, right? I think they're actually swapping places. And so it creates like a weird sequence. That was really bizarre. Now I am very curious as to how that is done with less commands, but you know. That was fun. That's what I like about this game, having fun. So, I skipped over a level. You're allowed to skip over 5. Oh yes, we did look at that. I don't want to do that. I want to think about that one. Now, the ones that branch off to the side tend to be really difficult. Yeah, this is one that I want to think about a bit. So, like, you obviously got to send them down straight away, and then they're going to do comparisons and move about. But you'd have to put them on some sort of loop where they walk back and forth comparing. That's interesting. I don't know. I feel like maybe we could discover something with a little script quickly. I'm going to make it messy as well. So, like, if you have a wall on your side, then you need to jump to this loop I'm going to create, which is stepping that direction until you get to a wall, right? Actually, maybe I could put that in the else. I don't know, it never seems to be necessary. So, until there's a wall that side, like, step that direction, right? So, if there's a wall here, then you need to loop this statement, which is not really going to do. I think what I want is that. If you hit the wall, right, so most of the time you just skip straight over that, then you need to do this all the way till you reach a wall, and then that statement won't be true, so you'll come back to this bit here. So this is like my beginning little script, just to get them, because I'm going to make the whole thing where they walk in a direction. So it's going to be like the last sequence is to step to the left, so you move to the left and this thing shimmies you to the right. So then before we step to the left, we need to, let's see, arrange the data cubes in order from biggest on the right. So it's like, pick up the data cube you've got. The thing is, they start, I think they start them directly next to one another, just to mess you up. So I'm going to add an if statement that says, if you've got a worker on your left, move to the right. And then that should just maybe help smooth that out. So you're going to pick up your data cube, and then you're going to, if the one on the left is, again, I'm terrible at this, but like smaller than the item you're holding, then you need to swap them. Oh my god, this is going to be so... Maybe you need to keep them in pairs so they can swap together. Maybe... Oh god, I just whacked the microphone. Maybe that's why they're like that. Maybe you need them to, like, work together. So, rather than this... Right, they would be... They potentially get out of sync, which is kind of annoying. Ah, maybe I shouldn't have deleted that, because you're going to pick up, compare... If you need to go drop, yeah. Swapping them with one while there's multiple working is just going to be a pain. I think you need to keep them in pairs. Which is a rather interesting concept. Also, then they're going to walk up the line and mess with each other. So this one is immediately feeling quite complex. We've just been raided. Oh, by the way, I have Gun Rover here for 51 months, 15 minutes ago. And Hypno, thank you for the raid, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Welcome across all the streamers. We are playing a programming game, and I am deep into the hard levels. So you're probably going to see some tricky stuff on the screen that don't make a lot of sense. Also, there's me over here hanging out on the screen. Thank you, Hypno. Greatly appreciated. You might enjoy this game. It might be your kind of thing. Like, it's a little puzzle game for programming solutions. It's really fun. So we're going to have to say, like, both of them are picking up, then both of them need to compare. So it's like, Yeah, that would be like if there's a worker to my left. So like, and the one on the left is a worker, right? Then you do something. If this one, oh, I'm hating this already. It's just too much complexity. If this one, oh god, no, this is really just, ugh. Because now I got to deal with like the if statements of like whose item is bigger or not. Well, I guess actually, if they're flipped, then they're sort of assessing the correct thing. So then it's like, what direction do they move in? I don't even know. I always have to see this stuff happen and then flip it around after. Like, does that make sense? I don't think any of them are going to be equal, so they're pretty much always going to be swapping something. It's weird. Let's go ahead and add that and flip it back up to the top. Also, like they've picked up, right? If, step, drop. If not, they will just move on to the next bit together. In theory. 12, 17, they didn't... Right, they moved on without dropping. So that's kind of interesting. So actually, there's only one drop statement for both of them. Let's do that again. Right, so that one moved 17, that was 17 and 19. So the one with a worker on the left had a higher item. So that should be flipped. However, the one on the other side didn't do anything. I don't know if that's because... okay. Higher number and it stayed still. Weird. Maybe it wasn't. Right, lower number and it moves away. So the one on the left moves away with a lower number. It's got a lower number, it definitely needs to go that direction. So then this one obviously needs to move to the right if this is higher. But it wasn't moving at all when doing that comparison. Right, so it just tried to move. But I kind of get this feeling like this statement here isn't actually doing anything. Sectrov, thank you so much for 23 months saying enjoying this game, X. Great find. Thank you, my dude. It was a good find. As soon as I saw it on the shop, I was like, this is a game I'm going to play over Christmas. 10 Lavender 01, thank you for the Prime. Sea Turtle, thank you for gifting a sub to Surprise T. Very kind of you to do that. Surprise T, be sure to say thanks in chat. Surprise T says, use worker 1 and send the rest to idle listen, maybe. Lazy solution. Not a bad solution. It might mess up things if they all don't want to move at once. I kind of see what you're getting at. I want to sort of engineer this to work first before switching off the idea. So, like, clearly that one moves to the left. This one isn't doing the same thing. I think the if statement might put them out of sync. Let's slow it down, right? Yeah, they are out of sync. This one is in front of the other one at that point. Now, since this one already moves in that direction, maybe we don't need that. But again, we're gonna encounter that out of syncness. Right, and I think actually they do need something to keep them in sync. The only problem is if you don't have a correct comparison here, then this will be bad. So I can put the listen there. Then do I put a jump here to like skip the listen? Right, it stops because of the listen command. So I think that is out of the question. Now how do I get them to stay in sync here? That's the weird thing. It's like this one's always going to be... The one that's looking to the left is always going to be doing the work. So if you've got a worker on the right, to keep you in sync, let's have you do something that doesn't mean anything. Like... that? Does that count? Can I... No, you have to select the direction. Darker Man, thank you so much for 33 months of support, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a good time hanging out with us today. Really not sure what to put in there. Maybe just, I don't know, that. See, they're out of sync immediately. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I could use drop. That might be bad for them swapping positions. Let's restart that one again. Smaller, no, not a smaller number. Smaller number. Tries to move, the other one is dropping. Yeah, I think I'm going to just strip back on that one. There's another one over here, understaffed sorting. Oh wait, that's the one. So let's go back. It's the did we not solve that glory hole one? Yeah, we did. We just didn't get the extra points. So what's this one about? Pretty sure. Okay. Let's read the description. All data cubes must display the minimum number of tiles. The boss would like to have to walk to get it. I think it's saying like one. Yeah, look. So look at all the numbers here. So it's kind of like, wow. I'm not even sure what the logic of this is. Can you like set the boss as nearest thing? Yeah, that's mental. Here's what I'm going to do, by the way. I'm going to skip this assignment. I just want to have a look at the next couple of levels. So these will give me things to like think on and chew over, and then just occasionally come back and play again, I think. So this one right here, let's find out what it's all about. Do they not swap positions if they're holding a queue, says Midnight Toil? They can, but they need to sort of be like in a state where they're waiting or they're capable of swapping. So the problem with that puzzle was that they were out of sync. So as one was doing the if statement, the other one was moving on and then doing something that would stop it from swapping. Remove all the gaps between the data cubes, packing it into as few rows towards the top of the room as possible. The order of the cubes does not matter. So that to me sounds like... If I had... well, here's the thing. I can't do it row by row. We've only got 4 of them. There might be a way to, you know, get these ones who are not standing next to the void to shimmy over by 1, and maybe they do 2 lanes each or something. How do you tell them? I feel like you need a walking script or something. So like up, right, down. And then how would you tell them when to drop? Comes back round, picks one up. I don't know. I don't know. That's fascinating. Something to think on. Oh wait, I didn't skip. It's getting to a point where these puzzles just like have no immediately obvious solution. You need to really like think it through a little bit. Skip the assignment. Yep. I've got 2 left. That's fine. That actually opens up 2 for me. And it looks like this is like the very last bit of the game. So we won't get to see the last level today. But hey, this is new. Oh, okay. So there might be a little bit more fun to have here. It's telling me a lot of stuff. I hope it's not too important. Make the green screen display each of the numbers from 0 to 15 in order. This sounds like a binary thing. Place the cubes on any or all of the 4 green sensors. Place the big red button to update the display. Oh my god. Yeah, no, this is it's gonna be something. So like the one oh my god, there's like several levels of crazy here, right? If you're not standing next to a data cube though. Pick up, step, down, and then drop. Okay, step down twice would be good. Oh, they moved to the... oh, God. I didn't click in the right spot. 15. Wow, okay. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So, like, things like this, I think having knowledge of, like, how to program and work with binary, like, a solution might appear, but what are we looking at? I mean, 0's already there, so let's not worry about that one. You want to identify the one on the far left. So maybe what you do is something like, if what's next to you is nothing, then pick up, right, that one, and step down. And if what's left of you is a data cube, oh look, there's a button. Ooh. Oh, actually, what I'll do then is I'll make the first command a step down, and then we'll add that is not a button, so we exclude the one that will then be standing next to the button. Is not a button. I can't pick this up. Why not? Because it's telling you to pick up from the wrong spot. Yeah, so then, like, you could do something like calculator plus. I don't know. I got this idea, like, maybe you write different values and it helps you call them up for, like, a binary sequence. I wonder if you can also do, like, and my item, there's, like, not a data cube, right? And then, yeah, now they, like, individually pick them up. I don't know if that's useful or not. This is crazy. Skip the assignment. You have 1 skips remaining. So we can skip one more after this, or that's our skip. I'm not entirely sure. So then we can do a decimal counter. I imagine this is going to get, like, insane after a while. I don't think this last part of the game is really within my range at the moment. Make the green display count up to 10002 starting from 99981. I think with binary there's like a pattern that emerges where it's like this one goes on, then the next one goes on, that one goes off or something, and it's like sequential. So like once you activate the next one, it goes back to the beginning, and that goes on, that goes on. So if you can like program in that sequence with a bunch of if statements, you can probably have it like count up and stuff. I'm not even going to try this one. This is just like absolutely bonkers. So that's the last skip that I've got, which means we get to see the second to last level. That's a level, isn't it? Dang, we're so close to the very last level. Yeah, this is just another one I'm going to skip, right? It's just like I don't even want to know because I can't even do this binary stuff yet. By the way, I think there were a few that I like skipped over before. Like this one was pretty cool. Fill in the multiplication table where each cube is the product of the row and column header. I think I didn't do this one, or did I? This isn't a solution. Oh my god, I did figure it out. I remember looking at this one and thinking, no way, mate, can I do that? Let's go back. So, what happens? We walk up to the top till we get to a wall. We set the value of that as our memory. We step down and then we go into a loop where we're walking down. We're calculating memory 1 plus memory 2. Memory 1 being that. Oh, so we just multiply it each time. Yeah, I think what threw me off is initially I was thinking like, oh, you got to get the numbers from the left and the numbers at the top, and then eventually it was like, wait a minute, they just multiply themselves each time, which is what this bit is doing. So all the way to the top, and then as they come down, They're just adding themselves to themselves each time, so you get that full multiplication table right there. Pretty cool. Becca, thank you for gifting a sub to Zalfan. Zal, thanks for tuning in, my dude. Be sure to say thanks in chat. Thank you, Becca, for gifting the sub. Zalfan says, the binary one looked fun to me. Grab one from the right. Grab one from right to left. Move until 0 place. Pick up all ones to the right. Yeah, my brain is slow at this kind of stuff. I'm gonna like chip away at it. I'm gonna give it a go. It'll just take me some thinking time when I'm not streaming. When I'm streaming, it is harder to like focus because I, feel the need to say stuff and explain what I'm thinking. So I'll keep playing this game off camera. I played most of it off camera and it was just fantastic. And I thought I actually want to like play most of the game like that, so I can like solve stuff myself. But chat's been helpful in finding some optimizations and things. Find the smallest in the room and shred it. So we set a number that's high, then we start walking up and setting the memory if it's lower than 99, and we also set that new memory, I think is the idea. Then if we reach the wall, or sorry, we haven't reached a wall, we jump back to the beginning. So once we hit a wall, we are then down in the next bit. So then we walk down and we jump over, right, as we walk down, and then we pick up memory 1, which means we're then here. And so if it's not a memory wall, we go to the bottom and drop. Wait, was it in each row? Did I not finish this? Hang on, what? Oh, I see. I didn't actually finish it. Oh dear. Oh, I'm gonna cough. I don't know why I didn't finish this one. But my guess is maybe once they've dropped, they step up and end. End is on here, but we'll get them out of the way as well. Then what you got to do is this one over here has got to be able to do something different. Oh god, I'm really struggling. Like I could have it walk over here, so like if... Yeah, this is going to add like a lot of code, but I think it needs memory 1, right? Essentially I want to do this bit again, but going to the right and not walking into the void. So I might have to just sort of clone that. But if equals shredder, then first of all step in that direction. I also don't have the use of the start and stop commands now that I think about it. So let's drag it all the way back down to the very bottom. And obviously it won't run there. I just want to see where this one gets caught up. So where are you? You're in that loop there. Which I think means if I add this, it then puts it into that little sequence. No, because of the jump there. Well, the thing with this is we don't actually need the else statement, I think. So I can nestle what we're doing next in here. Right, and the thing is, it arrives here too early, but then I want it to walk across and walk back again, and they're going to be arriving at the same time, so it's probably not going to work very well. Where's our little bit that we just added? So then it's like another if, another game of ifs. Isn't the void? Then step in that direction. I think it'll get here at the wrong time though. I just realised something else actually. We don't need any of this. It's a distraction. We need the one at the end. So if shredder, get rid of. This was originally a part of that. If I come back down here, That if statement at the end, like when you get to the else, let's separate all of this. It will work the same way. Then we add an if statement here. Actually, we're going to put it after you've dropped. If direction to the left equals a hole, then step to the left and gonna jump because you're now in this little loop here. What do we do up here? We did this. You gotta, how do you pick up the lowest one? Ah. Do they pick them up? No, they just set them when they go up. So then you come down. Oh, dang it, I ruined it now. How did I ruin it? Oh, whatever. Whatever. It's late. I should probably wrap it up. Definitely should wrap it up. Oh, God, look at the time. Should have wrapped this up a while ago. That's going to be it from me today, peeps. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of VTuber action. If you liked the game, be sure to go onto Steam and check it out on there. I'm going to raid someone else who's playing the game today. Oh, I'm the only one. So that's it, I guess. Let's go back to peeps that I know. And Impulse is streaming again. So Impulse raided us earlier, right? He's streaming again, so it only seems right that I raid him, which is a strange occurrence, let me say. When's the next stream, says Becca? It'll be tomorrow. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thanks to all my Patreons. Thanks to all the gifted subs. And I'll be seeing you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.